Live from the Toad Hop Network studios.
In Hollywood, this is the ToadHopNetwork.com.
It is strongly addictive.
Radio worth watching.
Radio worth watching.
That's it, huh? Just like that. Oh, a backlog.
The band's late.
Wow, Jeff the engineer showing us right off the bat that he is rusty from all the turkey and gravy. Thank you, Jeff the engineer. That of course it is time for the Schmoes Know podcast. We're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're happy to be here. It's good. Joined, as always, my favorite person in the world, Ken Knapsack. No,
there he is.
I kid. Mark Ellis is here. What's up, Mark? How are you?
Why don't you introduce yourself first? Why don't you be
Why?
a pro and say,
I don't
hey,
want to.
this is Christian Harloff.
Don't want to be a pro today.
It has been a tryptophan-soaked intro to the Schmoes Know podcast.
Yeah, I just wanted to say hello to you. How about that?
It's good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, too.
I missed you. We weren't in contact for about a week. I go off the grid during Thanksgiving. Went to Florida. I'm back.
Nice
Florida, which is where mob people go to retire.
And watch turtles have sex.
I did a video watching turtles have sex. It's on Schmo Plus. You can watch it right now. It's amazing. That's why they live to 180 years old, because they get laid regularly.
That's right. Okay. Now, we're going to be doing, it's going to be a very, very, very fun podcast today. We're going to be having, we're going to be talking mob movies and Hitman. That'll come on a little later on in the show. We're going to be talking movie news. That'll be some news stories coming up pretty soon. We're going to always take phone calls from you guys, tweets. But before we do any of that, I have to introduce our co-host today. Katie Sackhoff is not here. She is at an event. She'll probably be coming back next week, maybe the week after. We don't know. But until then, we are joined, and I am happy because I wasn't around the last time the lovely Megan Finley was here. How are you, Megan?
Special treat for you. I'm good. How are you?
Very, very good. Thank you so much for joining us, because I know you are, because Kenny was very obnoxious to you the last time, wasn't he?
Yeah, he's a dick.
What?
But he's always a dick.
Yes, he is. Isn't
What?
he?
Yeah.
Schmoeville hates you.
It's true.
I think Kenny does the thing where it's like, I'm going to be nice to dudes because I don't care, and then he's going to be a little mean to girls so that they get attracted to him.
I pull on their hair a little bit.
It's a reverse polarizing thing.
Yeah.
It's magnets.
It's pretty amazing. Sorry,
How does that work for you?
No, I'm glad to have Megan back. The Manganietta, the Offbeat Empire, Offbeat Bride, Offbeat Families now.
Offbeat Families
Offbeat
now.
Families,
Yeah.
Offbeat Home.
That's right. And the last time we had Megan on the podcast, I was running the ship here, and I got into some stuff with Megan, dude.
Yeah.
She actually covered an Offbeat wedding one. You've done Star Wars themed weddings?
Star Wars, Star Trek,
That's
all
so
the stars.
Cool. That's right. I remember listening to that. I was like, wow, I want to be talking.
Now, let me ask you this. If you're at a Star Trek wedding and you're the best man, you have to wear the Spock ears.
Yeah, you
Right?
should.
You
Well,
have
unless
to.
the groom's rocking them.
Right.
Otherwise, you're an asshole.
No reason that Spock.
If you're a woman and you're marrying Spock over Kirk, that's a bad decision.
Ooh, I would totally marry Spock over Kirk.
Really?
Oh,
Really?
yeah,
You're
that's
wrong.
my boy.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about that.
I just don't like feelings or emotions.
I know that. I asked her before we started the podcast today. I asked her. I said, would you? Are you a baby fan? I go, you strike me as someone who isn't. She's like, I hate babies. And she's like, whose baby do you want to show? I was mine. She's like, well, how old is it? And I said, it. I said, let's move on to
I've called babies its.
Do not like.
Megan and I feel the same way about babies.
Right.
Right. Well, look, we're gonna be having. Yeah, he's actually really nice to the baby.
I'd rather watch turtles have sex.
I would
than hang out
too.
with a baby.
So many sexual turtles.
Now, a lot of you right now, if you're watching, you're probably asking the most obvious question. You're like, well, wait a minute. There's something not right.
Something's amiss.
Something is different. That is Josh the intern. He is not here today.
Who?
Josh the intern.
No idea who you're talking about.
So people are always asking me, how come you're mean to the intern? You make him get beer. You have Roddy Piper punch him in the face. So I decided I'm going to be nice to the intern today.
Okay.
I'm going to introduce Joe the intern.
Joe the intern. He's going to go to Mark's side. He's going to go to Mark's side.
Joe's going to go.
Wow.
We have Joe the intern taking over for Josh the intern. Schmoeville's going to vote at the end if they like Joe or Josh.
Get your hand off
That's what
my
I'm gonna
shoulder,
do.
intern.
Yeah, don't touch.
And,
Intern's a little handsy.
Yeah.
Joe is one of our writers on the Schmoes Know website.
Right.
Joe writes words. This is his column. It was on today. He had a mob-themed best mob movie deaths article.
Go ahead, get in here. Tell us about the article.
I basically, just off the top of my head, wrote about which horrible and sometimes funny deaths in mob movies were my favorites.
Right.
I do have to apologize. I left one of the more obvious ones.
Don't worry about that. We're going to analyze your.
I made no apologies. It was a wonderful article, and you're welcome, America.
But go to schmoesknow.com. schmoesknow.com to Joe Writes Words. That's his column every week.
Well, that's the thing, is that he's cocky. He's a Steelers fan, so we like that. He's not a Pats fan, so
he's got
works.
a little bit of flair to it. If Josh the intern is like French's yellow mustard, Joe over here is a little bit of the spicy brown.
Right. Oh, and by the way, we have Roddy Piper tweeted in that the Schmoes rock.
Oh, look at that.
Roddy is the best.
He retweeted something that I tweeted.
No, this is Roddy's the man. All right.
Now, do we have a famous wrestler that's going to punch Joe in the face, or is one of us going to have to do it?
I could do it. I could do it.
I don't know.
Let's let Megan slap the shit out of him.
That would be so much fun.
Hey, Megan, pretend it's Kenny. Then you'll really get some elbow grease.
Oh,
in
no,
it.
I can just pretend it's Joe. I don't like Joe either.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
don't worry. I don't like Joe as well as I don't like Ken.
This is going to be a fun show. We were off last week. We're excited to be back together, trying to talk in some movies. We're going to have a lot of cool stuff that we're going to talk about today. But like what we always do in the beginning of the show, before we get to our Hitman talk and the mob movie talk, we have a little segment here. Jeff, the engineer, are you ready? No, he's not ready.
No, it's not.
All right,
Didn't
never mind.
stretch for a minute.
Jeff is still. You have nothing? What's wrong with you? You've had a week and a half to prepare. What are you doing?
You know, we hit the studio in a rush every
You're
night.
gonna blame. You're gonna blame. Who are you gonna blame?
Technology.
You're blaming technology. See, if you guys, Jeff the engineer is very, very aggro, and today he's blaming his iPad.
Hey, well, look, I don't want to foreshadow anything, but Jeff, you may get a fish in the mail this week.
Yeah. Do you want to scream into something to let out your frustrations?
Yes.
Let out a yell. No?
How about just smash shit?
You want to punch Joe the intern in the face?
Oh,
Punch Joe the
Joe.
intern. Just slap him a little bit.
He looked. It's amazing.
Give him a titty twister.
Slap me in the face.
But I want you guys to tweet in, and at Schmoes No, at Schmoes No, at Megan Finley, at Cospan, and tweet in about certain stories before we get into our mob talk. Kenny does his news, movie news. Are there certain stories that Ken does not cover in his news stories? You know what? Maybe I can do it here. Maybe I can pull it up here. So let's see. Mark, take it away.
You really need this intro music. Does Kenny freeze if he doesn't have his
Kenny
intro?
needs
I could do it without music.
No, I got it. Hold on.
I believe in your talent, Kenny, but apparently I'm the only one on the crew that thinks you can do this.
That's always been the case, and I appreciate you.
Well, you know, and not a lot of people know this. Dan Rather, if he didn't have that dun 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 before, he would complete. He's a robot, and he wouldn't operate if you didn't have the intro music.
Oh, here we go.
There we go.
We're ready. All right, I'm Ken Napzok, and these are your Schmoes No headlines. While we certainly have more Star Wars news to ramble on about, we can finally pause the Force talk to make some Trekkies happy. Star Trek Into Darkness has a plot. Or rather, it always did, but we the public finally know what will keep Kirk, Spock, Bones, and all the red shirts busy in the J.J. Abrams sequel to the successful reboot. According to the re-released synopsis, Captain
it out, Kenny.
James T. Kirk will be leading the crew of the USS Enterprise on a manhunt to a war-zone world to stop a one-man weapon of mass destruction. Kirk is said to have a personal vendetta writing on this one, but don't worry, there'll be plenty of time for green alien woman sex. The film hits the streets May 17, 2013. No word on whether confusing, plot-weakening time travel will be involved in this one, but speaking of that, director Bryan Singer has confirmed through the use of the all-powerful Twitter machine that Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart will be involved in the upcoming X-Men Days of Future Past.
All right.
Time travel has to be a part of this one, as of course this puts Magneto and Professor X alongside Michael Fassbender and James McAvoy as well.
Magneto's hairline improved.
And
I thought
Professor
you were
X.
doing a penis joke. No penis joke. Good for you.
No.
Great Scott, Marty, this is going to be confusing. Also, late-breaking, Hugh Jackman is reportedly in negotiations to appear in the film as Wolverine, which is, of course, a character key to the Days of Future Past comic book storyline. This, according to the guy eating Cheetos on the bus bench you tried to walk away from this morning. Trailer time, the first glimpse of Guillermo del Toro's sci-fi ode to monster movies Pacific Rim is out. The Brief Spot pulls together news-like clips
Wait,
to
is it
show
trailer?
alien attack on San Francisco from underneath the earth, just like
Who defends San
libertarian
Francisco?
voters would
Alex
have you
Smith or
believe.
Colin Kaepernick?
The Gotham Awards, the New York Independent Film Awards show named Moonrise Kingdom as their best feature of 2012, while the Hollywood-based Independent Spirit Awards nominated Moonrise Kingdom, Beasts of the Southern Wild, Bernie, Keep the Lights On, and The Silver Linings Playbook for the Best Feature Award. Not nominated, any movie your parents saw. The Spirit Awards will be handed out February 23rd. And last week, word broke that The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi writer Lawrence Kasdan and Sherlock Holmes scribe Simon Kinberg were hired to write Star Wars Episodes 8 and 9, but not so fast. Do not jump to lightspeed. Now it is being speculated by The Hollywood Reporter that Kasdan and Kinberg, which sounds like a folk duo from 1972, have been hired to write Star Wars spin-off movies, or maybe not, or something in between. Disney seems to be set on producing movies that highlight stories and characters beyond the main storyline, so here's hoping we finally get that Mon Mothma General Crix Madine rom-com we've all been waiting for. And finally, producer Rick McCallum is retired from service at Lucasfilm.
Really?
McCallum began his relationship with King George on the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles and had the unenviable task of saying yes to everything Lucas said while making the prequels. We wish him luck. I'm Ken Napzok, and those of you were Schmoes No Headlines.
Very good, Kenny.
Yeah, it was
Well
really
done.
good. Really good. Now
You nailed it.
Yeah.
You nailed it. You earned that break in the sauna.
Thank you.
That was
Thank
great.
you.
That was great. Good job, Kenny. Let's pick out of the stories. I know Megan's going to probably go with the Star Trek one, but let's start. I want to start with the Magneto, Patrick Stewart and what's his face?
Ian McKellen.
Thank you.
Sir Ian McKellen to you.
Gandalf. And I am curious about this because the question is, it can't be the focus points of it, right?
Well, no, the movie's called Days of Future Past, so you assume there's going to be some time weaving in there somewhere. So maybe they come back to hang out for a sec. Maybe they go in the future. But again, it does. I'm a pretty conscious guy about this kind of thing. Michael Fassbender, pretty big forehead. Ian McKellen, really protrude. Like he's got the Widow's Peak thing going. It's a totally different look. How are magnets going to explain how they changed hairlines like that?
Well, stop with the hairline. Do you really?
Is it wearing the helmet?
But what do you think, honestly, though, with the story?
It shaped his head different.
Wearing the helmet shaped his head different. I'm excited because one of my favorite parts of X-Men First Class was getting that cameo by Wolverine. It was a really good movie.
That was one of the best parts of the movie. In a great movie, but it was one of the best moments.
Yeah, so I like seeing the guys I've already seen in the previous films.
But are we worried with the Bryan Singer connection now? Because Bryan Singer is now taking over from Matt Vaughn, which, by the way, what we should touch on next is the rumor.
Yeah.
With Matt Vaughn, because who was the actor? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't. But I know that now Vaughn is back in the forefront.
Yeah. But what happened was one of the actors, Schmoeville. You guys can tweet in the actor's name. There was a actor that Matthew Vaughn uses in all of his films, and they asked him about Star Wars. And like, now that Matthew Vaughn is thinking about Star Wars,
is he still thinking about Star Wars?
Listen. He goes, do you think he's going to put you in the movie? He's like, I talked to him about it or something like that. He's like, and he better. He's like, there's going to be a role in there for you.
Dumb actor.
Yeah, so he pretty much gave away that Matthew Vaughn's going to be directing. How much you want to take that? You take it to a grain of salt.
And we don't know who the actor is yet? I'm going to guess Mickey Rooney. No, look, that's why kids don't look up to actors, okay? They're adults when they're not in front of a camera. You want a hero? Look up to an NBA player.
And absolutely, Katie will not be back next week.
Jason Fleming is the guy's name. Yeah, thank you.
What I find interesting about the Vaughn thing is usually, and we know this in the pro wrestling world, if there's a rumor, everyone denies it because it's true.
Yeah.
So, who knows with Vaughn? I think it's going to come back to him.
Yeah, I think Vaughn maybe too. It'd be kind of cool. Now that came out, and and Disney probably wants to choke this dude out, this Fleming guy. But anyway, and it just scares me because Matthew Vaughn had such a nice hold on X-Men First Class. Mm-hmm. And it was, and so I'm curious if we go back to the 1 and 2 feeling, which were good movies in their own right.
Did you see the first X-Men? Was that 10 years ago?
I've seen all the X-Men.
And did you? But you didn't like
all of the X-Men.
But you didn't like the third one, right? No, you didn't.
I mean,
stop that.
I didn't hate the third one either. But X2 was really good.
I like them all.
All right, fine. Let's take a call.
I'm happy with Bryan Singer directing it. I don't know. Everybody's getting a little pissy. But look, if we get Vaughn from that to Star Wars and we get Bryan Singer to X-Men,
fair trade.
It's a pretty good silver medal.
I agree. All right, let's take a call from Schmoeville.
Hell are you chuckling at, Harloff?
All right, hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, this is Ash.
Hey, Ash was a great name.
Where are you calling from, Ash?
Yeah, I was just talking about, speaking of denying rumors, you heard about Just Gordon Levitt denying that he's going to be in the new Justice League movie?
Fantastic question. I'm glad you brought that up, Ash. Thank you.
Can you repeat that? Yeah.
He was asking, there was a big rumor that came out yesterday morning that apparently Joseph Gordon-Levitt was going to, and this is spoilers if you haven't seen The Dark Knight Rises, just don't listen to this part. At the end of Dark Knight Rises, Joseph Gordon-Levitt basically takes over for Bruce Wayne. So the rumor was that he was going to be not only in the Justice League now as Batman, but he was going to have a cameo in Man of Steel.
Makes a lot of sense because you had the continuity from the Nolan trilogy, which everybody loved, going in there, and even though he kind of became Batman at the end of that, but some chick called him Robin for no reason.
Right.
Then it would be nice to get into the Justice League. However, probably now they're saying it's not true.
Yes, and that's what Ash was saying. So his people are denying it to the utmost. Now the question is it a ruse? Or they want to tell you no, or do they just want to promote the Blu-ray? Because it's coming out on Tuesday, whenever it's coming out. So the question is, how much of it's real? And a lot of people don't like that. They didn't like the fact that it was Joseph Gordon-Levitt because they think that it should be Bruce Wayne because of the dynamic, and they don't think
that's who Batman is.
Right.
Yeah.
And the realism also of the Nolan franchise, does it work with this, kind of heightened, almost Avenger-like type thing?
Depending on who you talk to, the realism of the Nolan franchise kind of went away in the last hour of The Dark Knight Rises, but...
Talking to you mean?
Darth Ellis?
I watched it get into the plane, and I loved the movie until the whole fusion bomb thing. But I'm cool with it either way, but I think maybe you hit the reset button on Batman. I think you say, look, we had a great trilogy with Nolan. Let's hire a new Bruce Wayne.
Nolan said today that he felt the final one wrapped up his trilogy and that story of that Batman.
So, and he has nothing to do with it. So let's take another call from Schmoeville, and then we'll talk to Megan about the Star Trek news. All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
It's Noah.
Hey, man. What's up? What do you got?
I'm just really excited about, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me turn my volume down.
Yeah, no sweat. That's
All
great.
right,
Yeah, Star Trek, and then we'll have Megan kind of weigh in.
Yeah, I'm really intrigued by it because I don't know about you guys, but I loved J.J. Abrams' Star Trek back in 2009. I loved that movie.
Yeah, both Harloff and I did too. Great.
Yeah. Which one did you say? I missed it.
Yeah, it was what the
2009.
prequel should have
Star
been.
Trek,
Yeah, what the Star Wars prequel should have been.
Well,
Good point.
I want to know you guys' thoughts that they're going to be screening first 9 minutes of Star Trek Into Darkness before The Hobbit.
Right.
Whoa, boner alert. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No. Whoa.
Yeah, wow. So you break in news to Darth Ellis. All right, well, thank you.
Can't wait to see it.
Thank you very much. Okay, Megan. So, what say you on the Star Trek? And we'll talk about what we thought. I mean, you could look if you want to look. We'll cheap plug the YouTube channel. Just Schmoes Know Star Trek review. It's on there.
It's actually, I watched it the other day. It's actually funny. It's because me and Christian are sitting there after just seeing the new Star Trek, and we're like in awe because we talk about how we grew up as hardcore Star Wars guys.
Yeah.
We weren't Star Trek fans, and now we feel weird because we love this movie so much. But it was really good. Megan,
movie.
I'm right there with you. I'm a total Star Wars nerd. I've never really liked Star Trek until 2009, and I love that movie. I have it on DVD. I watched it over and over and over and over and over again, so I'm super excited.
Now, Khan's in this one, right? Is Khan in this one or no?
Early on, there was that rumor that
but we don't know that.
was. I don't think it's been confirmed,
Right.
but the plot that's been released is that Kirk has something very personal tied to this mission, and that his crew is his quote new family. So
all right, it's gonna be interesting. I mean, there was a fake trailer going around for a little bit, which is very interesting.
Those things bug the shit. They're really well done, and I actually
you hate
applaud
getting tricked.
the workmanship. Yeah, but especially with the sci-fi movies, because you can't tell. You know, you can have somebody make me a teaser for Star Wars Episode 7, and it'll look real. And I'll run around and get all excited, and only to
There's
find out.
some good ones. There's some great editing out there. I can't remember. There's a guy out there. It's like Kashi, something. I always forget. He did a whole Superman versus Doomsday trailers and used old movies. It looks so good. It's so good. But anyway,
I want to see that movie.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. It's true. But who knows? You might if this Superman movie is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, look, there are a lot of good stories out this week.
Do you want to field a prediction real quick?
Yeah, sure.
From me and you,
Yeah.
do you think that Gordon Levitt's going to be is going to make a cameo in Superman?
No,
you think it's done?
I think that they're gonna blow it. I don't have faith in the DC franchise, the DC, the way they run things. I think if they were smart, they would do this.
Yeah.
As much as I agree with the whole Batman thing, Bruce Wayne, you tie it in. You have to tie it in because look at what the success of the Avengers did. We've talked about this a billion times. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but maybe they don't go by the Avengers blueprint. 'Cause if you go by that exact blueprint, you're not going to do it as well as the Avengers.
Right.
Probably, right?
And that's what they're going to try to do with the Star Wars movies now, apparently. This Kasdan Kinberg story is kind of crazy.
Let's talk about that real quick.
They're going to spin this off, and I hope that Maydeen Mon Mothma rom-com. Can I sell that now?
Well, wait a minute.
Oh, yeah. With Akbar as the zany neighbor? It's a trap!
Yeah. There's a fake trailer for it online right now. You're a huge Star Wars fan.
Absolutely.
How do you guys feel about Kasdan coming back? Is he too old? Don't look at it as a fanboy. Like, look seriously.
Sure.
Like, I'm curious. Like, does it work? And I have no stance on it yet.
Because I trust Lawrence Kasdan, what he did with Lee Brackett's script with Empire and Jedi. Look, Lucas had the framework already in place, so he did what he could with Jedi. Right. I have no problem with his age. He knows what to do with the universe. I trust him.
Look, Empire's my favorite out of all of them.
Absolutely,
and so I am too.
I don't think age works against you. As a guy that takes Centrum Silver, I can tell you, I don't think that it hampers people as much as they want to believe that, you lose your creativity after you turn 25.
No.
I think you can. Look at Ridley Scott.
Well, if they'd said Jake Kasdan was doing it, cool, talented, but what has he done with the universe?
Yeah, I just didn't like. And who's rumored to help him on the last one? It's Kinberg, right?
Simon Kinberg, who wrote Sherlock Holmes. Yeah.
Anyway, all right. So, by the way, I'm sorry.
He just tells Lawrence where to go to write. Hey, where am I going? He's his driver.
By the way, with the phone call that we got before from Nota Valverde, I messed up his name. It's Green Arc Reviews, by the way. He's a YouTube guy as well, so you guys should check out his
yeah. That was good.
Yeah,
that was real good.
All right. So, anyway, we're going to be Jeff the engineer. What do we got? How much time?
I'm guessing 2.
2 minutes. All right, Ken.
We got Tweet a Celebrity coming up.
Yeah, we're gonna cheat tweet a celebrity right now.
Yeah.
Do you have anything? You're gonna work on it during the break.
I got this.
You got the cue? All right, let's have the cue.
We'll talk about it during the break.
All right, so you don't have it. All right.
This is going to be one epic break, guys. If for those of you guys watching,
some rum. Can we get Jeff the engineer some rum?
Jeff the engineer just fired it out. You want to do it into the mic?
Yeah, you ready for this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Tweet a celebrity.
We just lost every listener that we had.
I'm going the other way. Awkwardtunity, you have some competition.
That's true. All right, so you guys, if you guys have been listening to the Schmoes Know podcast, we're doing a tweet a celebrity where we're going to write down the celebrity that will tweet, and you guys out there in Schmoeville will tweet the shit out of this person and tell them to get their ass on the show. But when we get back, we're going to be talking about hitmen in film. We're going to be talking about mob movies, and I cannot wait.
It's going to be our favorite mob movies of all time. Our favorite, like, mafia kind of characters, right? And then we're going to, well, obviously, since it's us, we can talk about some really bad mafia movies, too.
All right, cool. We're back. Right back.
Wow, who is that?
That's something.
What a tease!
We're gonna do it again.
You're nothing but a tease on this podcast.
That was not my fault.
All you do is you come on here for the first hour, you say, "Oh, coming up in our next segment."
Right.
Wait until you heat.
Well, listen to me. That was not my fault, and Jeff the engineer even knows that he fucked up right there. He knows he did.
Look, all I'm saying is,
no, don't you stop it.
It is true.
See, he knows it's true, and you stop. You were kicked off the mic for a reason. All right, we're back on the Schmoes Know podcast. In a very second, we're going to be introducing a very special guest via clip. As soon as Jeff lets me know, we'll play it for you guys, and you guys can listen to it. It's a big treat. I want to take one phone call from Schmoeville before we start getting into Hitman, and we play that guest for you. All right, hey, you are in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
It's Matt.
Hey, Matt, what's up, dude?
Doesn't much. I mean, are you talking about mob movies yet?
Very soon. We're going to be talking about Hitman, but before we do that, I want to introduce somebody that we're waiting for Jeff. You ready? All right, so, Matt, you can hang on the line and listen to this clip.
Okay, sure.
Oh! How the fuck are you? James Gandolfini here, a.k.a. Tony Soprano, a.k.a. Mickey from Killing Them Softly. Huh? So I'm sitting here listening to my favorite podcast, and I hear tonight's topic is mob movies. As in the mafia? Yeah. What's the mafia, huh? It doesn't fucking exist. It's a rumor made up by the media from simple people that want to blame hardworking civilians like myself for their fucking problems. Whatever the fuck. However, if there were two people I would want to listen to talk about mafia movies, it's my favorite movie reviewers, Christian fucking Harloff and Mark Spaghetti Ellis, the little guy. The Schmoes knows. You don't. And that's why you should be listening. And Schmoes, by the way, fire Josh the intern, huh? He's a fucking Pats fan. Gagooches. Anyway, back to the show.
Oh, the best. Tony Soprano. So, Matt, what'd you think about Tony's message?
It's pretty fucking funny.
Thank you,
Matt, looks like we may have an intern position open, too.
Tony wants to kill, if Tony wants to kill him, so it looks like that's the real truth. Tony Soprano killed Josh the intern, that's why Joe is here.
Have fun with a horse in your bed, Josh.
Yeah, all right. Thanks a lot, Matt. Thanks for the call, dude. Okay, so let us do one other thing before we start with the Hitman.
Uh-huh.
There's something going on today.
Yeah.
Have you noticed?
Strange things are afoot at the Circle K.
We'd like to introduce somebody. We have someone sitting next to Megan who's been creeping back and forth, and everyone has been wondering, who is that masked man?
Is it a G.I. Joe character?
Is it Joseph Gordon-Levitt? Who is it? What's up? What's up, dear sir?
Has anybody seen Yoko Ono's clothing line?
No one has seen it, and not sure why. I'm gonna introduce our masked friend right now. His name is he likes to be called Bobby Finstock from the Teen Wolf franchise. Mm-hmm. So we're gonna call him Bobby Finstock. The reason we have Bobby in here is because he is actually he knows movies really well. He knows mob movies really well, and we want to talk about some Hitmen. Now, Bobby, who are some of your favorite Hitmen in film of all time? If you had to say right off the bat. Way to
Joe
keep
Pesci's character in Goodfellas, obviously.
Joe Pesci in Goodfellas, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say
number one.
Am I a clown?
No question.
Well, the reason why he's so good in that movie is just because he's so ruthless.
Yeah, I like the ruthlessness. The reason why I love that character is the quick rise to anger. I love the short fuse. And he does the same thing pretty much in Casino too. Right. And I love the guy that like you think everything is going fine, then one off-color comment, one little thing, and it's just boom, he hits 60.
Yeah, and the question, I don't know if I necessarily call him a hitman though, because he's kind of when he does a couple hits in the beginning though too, but his goal is to become like a made man. You know what I mean?
You know, a little known fact in that movie is that Telly Savalas was up for that role.
That is not true.
But he was too busy doing Kojak.
That's not true. So Bobby Finstock.
Two pieces of fake information.
Bobby Finstock will be here giving information throughout the time, and we're actually going to have him take off the mask, and we can reveal who he is. Would you take off your mask, sir?
Sure.
Go ahead and do
it right now.
We want you to do it right now.
Okay.
Slowly.
It's
Look at Megan's getting horny.
That's like if LL Bean was on Tatooine. That's what that mask is.
Very nice. Nice to see you. Tom Dagnino, writer, actor, is here with us today. Tommy, what the fuck is up, dude? Are you hot as balls or what?
A little bit.
So what was it like back there just kind of pacing back and forth making Schmoeville think that we had a stalker in here?
Oh, it's perfect. I mean, today's a perfect night for my ego.
Why? What happened?
It's just the rain.
Oh, okay.
I'm good with that.
Are you one of these LA actors that gets really bummed out when it rains because it makes all you beautiful people look as ugly as the rest of us?
Your
makeup runs.
I'm just an East Coast legend, living a West Coast dream.
What does that mean?
What is that, your MySpace profile?
Pretty close to it.
What are you talking about? I've known this guy for years.
Who are these people? You're bringing in here.
There's like a homeless guy on the street. Stop it. Be Tom Dagnino here.
Yeah.
So
they just got me up Hollywood Boulevard.
All right, but listen, seriously now, as Dagnino, like as a fucking conversation, not a weirdo talking to a cardboard box.
Okay.
I don't blame him. You're the guy that said, "Hey, it'd be really funny if you just creeped around the studio for 30 minutes."
That worked. That worked. And then he sat down.
Christian, he's an actor. That's like telling Daniel Day-Lewis, "Hey, be Lincoln for lunch and be Roosevelt for dinner." He's got one speech.
Fine, he's method. I get it, but he seemed like he was lobotomized. I mean,
I'm super disturbed about the Twinkies being off the market as well.
But wait a minute.
Hostess is bankrupt.
Serious question here. Okay. You're from Jersey. You know these mob movies. You have some of the greatest organized crime movies of all time.
Absolutely.
What was it about Goodfellas in general? Well, so let's get.
I think it was because my dad sort of looked like Ray Liotta. I mean,
is that true?
Yeah. No, I mean, for what I know, I haven't seen him in like 25 years, but last time I seen him, he did look like Ray Liotta.
No one's seen that Ray Liotta in 25 years either. This is weird kind of animatronic Ray Liotta that's walking around.
Well, Tom Cruise was up for the role as Henry Hill, but Irwin Winkler said the movie would be too homoerotic, so they're like, no way.
Yeah.
It's a true
You don't
story.
want any volleyball scenes in the mob.
Right.
No, of course. But I think, exactly. Or like putting your leg up in like a shower next to this guy's face. It's weird.
But Ray Liotta makes that. De Niro's great in it. Pesci's great in it. But Ray Liotta makes that movie. He's just so fantastic in
Absolutely.
it.
Right. Yeah, Ray Liotta. That's that because the fact that Henry Hill and when you start to get into that movie and you realize that all this shit went down.
Yeah.
And the fact that this guy had the balls to come out here and actually do this stuff, you know what I mean? Like to actually tell people about it, and they made a fucking movie about it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
and you know what I just realized talking about this is that you guys probably know this listening out there, we do a top 5 list for movies.com, and this week it was based off Brad Pitt's character in Killing Them Softly, so we did the top 5 likable villains, guys that you know are bad guys but you root for them. I can't believe we forgot about Pesci or De Niro.
Well, I know. Well, that's a great. Well,
in my opinion, Goodfellas is the best mob movie of all time.
I'd second that.
I don't,
what is? Goodfellas is the what?
Yeah, it's the best mob movie of all time. I don't relate to Godfather.
Why?
Okay? Because
Why?
it's not my era. It wasn't my dad's era.
But wait a minute,
It was my grandfather's era.
still acknowledge that it's a fantastic movie.
Absolutely, no question.
He didn't say it wasn't. He said good. You said Goodfellas is better.
Okay,
I mean, I just like the leather jackets they were wearing, the way they were just operating throughout the whole film, just made hell of a lot more sense to me, and I related to it.
Right, Megan just fell asleep.
Yeah, I'm just drinking.
Okay, fair enough.
Megan's computers. Are you writing a term paper while you're listening to us talk about mob movies?
Can't stop working.
I mean,
she's writing Star Trek fan fiction.
let's switch the gears a little bit. If we can go to Hitman for like the next half an hour before we get into mob movies. Let's talk about some like two Hitmen that I'd like to talk about.
Yeah,
John Travolta and Samuel Jackson in Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some type of mob, some kind of organized crime, obviously, with the Ving Rhames running it all. But they were so great as Hitmen because it was the banter, the witty banter. They weren't just thugs. You know what I mean?
It is interesting, and this brings it back to the larger point, is that we're talking about mob movies, but a lot of these guys we're talking about are just employees of the mob. They're not necessarily in the mob.
Right.
It's just their job, like what Brad Pitt is in Killing Them Softly, to do what Dr. Claw says and get paid, but they're not necessarily in the mob. And Travolta and Samuel L. Jackson, you talk about just making two career milestones in both of those guys' lives. They were so good, and they were so good together.
Resurrected
Fantastic.
Travolta's career.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Samuel L. Jackson, everybody knew him as the guy that holds up the McDowells in Coming to America.
Yes. Right.
And then all of a sudden, that put him in the A-list, man.
Yeah, it's true. All right, let's take a call from Schmoeville and see who some of their favorite hitmen in film are. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Mike from New Jersey.
Yeah, what's up, Mike? Hey, dude, how you
Jersey.
doing, man? Jersey in the house. What part of Jersey you from, dude?
South Jersey. Not even part of the mob part.
Okay, so who are some of your favorite hitmen in movies?
Well, I actually came in at the wrong time because I think my computer's lagging. I'm actually still in the part where you talk about the mobster movies.
That's okay.
But,
we'll go back to that in a second.
Okay.
Go ahead. What's up, buddy? What do you want to talk about? Anything you need, man. We are here for you.
I think he's lagged. It's all right. Don't worry about it, dude. You're just here. You're hearing. This is one of those shows.
If you're an international customer, press 2.
Anyway, the first thing I want to talk about is, Christian, how many beers did you have in the last podcast? That's all I want to know.
The over-under is in double digits, my friend.
The last beer, is that the Red Dawn podcast?
41.
I mean, at least 6.
Yeah.
He was drinking like a prospect for the Red Wings.
So that's why there's no beer today.
Every 5 seconds.
I was dropping a lot of F-bombs, and I won't fucking do it again, I promise.
He just did. That's what you said he wouldn't. God.
All right, I'm sorry.
You are some sort of trickster.
I wanted to say how I think Ray Liotta was obviously the outstanding person in Goodfellas, and I don't think anybody else has ever topped his performance in any other mob movie that's come out like the last.
So you
15 years.
take Liotta over Pacino.
Well, he said since.
So
Carlito's Way Pacino, but not like Godfather.
Okay, no. That's what I meant. Okay, well that's a good one. All right, thanks a lot, dude. Thank you for the call.
It's an interesting point, and can I ask this question? So
course
Liotta played Henry Hill in
Goodfellas,
Goodfellas, right? I want to talk about Van Halen for a little bit, if I might. And then Liotta does this small role in Killing Them Softly. Has he been a mobster, or was he trying to get away from that since Goodfellas? Was he trying to not get typecast?
Well, I mean, he just did Killing Himself.
I literally just pointed that out. I literally said that 10 seconds ago.
Well,
Yeah.
All right.
What's in that Baja Fresh cup?
Al Pacino was offered the role in Goodfellas, the Joe Pesci role in Goodfellas, but he turned it down.
All right, let's have some real facts.
Probably because he didn't want to.
Is that a real fact?
He didn't want to get typecasted. But what happened was he went on and did the
Donnie Brasco?
No,
What?
Dick Tracy movie.
Oh, is that the truth?
Yeah.
It's 100%.
Well, I can't take you serious.
I'm serious.
All right, let's. I want Schmoeville now to fact check that. Was Al Pacino actually offered the role of who? Which one?
Joe Pesci's role.
Joe Pesci's role. Was Al Pacino offered? Someone find that fact and let me know if Bobby Finstock, a.k.a. Tom Dagnino, is full of shit.
I got another one here that's 100% the truth.
All right.
Blow some mind.
The mansion in Godfather, Jack Waltz's mansion, was also used as the mansion for Alan Steinwick in Fletch.
Well, that's probably true because you were looking and reading something. So I believe.
No, I wasn't. I was looking at my glass.
All right, fine. Do we have another cue up for Tweet a Celebrity, or Kenny? What's next?
No, make Jeff sing it. Jeff, come here.
No. We have the cue.
We
have the cue.
Tweet a celebrity.
Do this. All right. So for those of you out there who don't know what Tweet a Celebrity is, you write the name down of a celebrity, and then we pick it. And then you guys will tweet the shit out of this person and say, hey, you need to come on the Schmoes No podcast, and we're going to rope one of these bastards in.
Very good, Christian. Don't write down anything at home. We obviously will not pick your choice. Right. It's actually just the people in the studio who will be writing down our choices, and then Christian picks from usually Josh the intern.
Now we need Joe the intern. Joe the intern, come here. All right. So let me have your Steelers hat. They've actually won Super Bowls, so I don't mind having it in there.
Yeah. Put mine in there, too.
Yeah. What about James Cagney's character in White Heat?
James Cagney does not have a Twitter account.
Yeah, but he has one in White Heat, though.
Oh, he has a Twitter account in White Heat?
And White Heat was written on a napkin in Spokane, Washington.
That's not true. All right.
All right, here we go.
All right. Tweet. You saw that I did not cheat.
You did not cheat.
Okay. So here you go. We want you guys to tweet Maria Bello.
Ooh.
That is who you're going to tweet.
Ken's clearly.
It was not. It was not Ken's.
It shows Bush in every
Maria Bello, which is at Maria_Bello. Bello. She won't know what the hell's going on. She's the extremely attractive cougar.
Hot.
She is very sexy. And if you have not seen the scene in what's the movie we were just talking about before?
The Cooler.
Not the Cooler. What's the other? What's the really creepy one? History of Violence. Go and check that scene out.
Where she showed Bush.
Very nice.
Okay, let's be a little classy. We're about to tweet her.
Let's be classy. Says the guy in the beard mask.
Are we doing tweet a celebrity to have fun or to get her on the show?
I want to have her on and talk to her. He's not going to be here. Don't worry about it. Let him see what he wants to say.
Good. Yeah, I want you to control yourself.
Like the first picture I see of her is of her kid. So all right, let's be classy.
You did not know who she was before?
No.
She's really hot.
Yeah.
She
Hey,
is really
Maria,
hot.
come on the Schmoes Know podcast. We're going to have a guy with a mask that's going to
Talking
say,
about your bush.
Hey, Cougar, show me your bush.
Full bush.
All right, well, Schmoeville.
We would like to extend the invitation, Maria Bello.
Yeah, Schmoeville is doing a hell of a job. Say Schmoes at Maria Bello, at Maria _Bello.
Yeah.
Go on the Schmoes Know podcast. Love to have you on there. Big fans, blah, 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 blah. And the other thing we'd love Schmoeville to do, and we've realized that some of you guys have just done this on your own, and we're like, well, we should ask you guys to do this if you don't mind. If you enjoy watching the podcast, just take the Toad Hop link right now and put it on your Facebook or your Twitter and say, hey, guys, I watch this podcast every Thursday. I listen to this podcast. I think you guys should, too. We'd love more viewers. We'd love to hear more of you guys talk about movies. So anybody, that, if you want to do that, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Helps us out. One day, Maria Bello will be tweeting us.
It's true.
And we'll consider it.
That's right. So tweet in Maria Bello. We definitely want to see her on the show, and Ken Knapsack will lose his shit. All right, back to mob movies. How much time do we got, Jeff, the engineer? 15 minutes. All right, great. So let's talk.
Just take a breath.
I want
and
to
talk
take a
about
call.
some great mob movies.
Let's take a call from Schmoeville, and then we can talk about Hitmen. You can talk about mob movies, whatever in that. And the reason why we're talking about this is because of Killing Them Softly, obviously. Yep. So, all right, now we have someone in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, Christian and Mark, it's Sean. I was just actually wondering what your thoughts on Vincent Cacotti from True Romance, Christopher Walken's role.
Fantastic.
He's one of my personal favorite hitmen, and I find him to be really, really underrated.
Fantastic question. Thank you. Absolutely underrated. Because look at Ken Knapsack slamming down. What do you got? A Coors Light there?
Yeah, what is that?
It's easy. It's an Arizona.
Arnold Palmer no sugar tea.
Laced with cocaine.
Is that why you just judged me and my sugar levels? You such a bitch.
All right. So Sean brought up Christopher Walken in True Romance. Fantastic role.
And I'll start with the underrated comment because everybody kind of gets lost in the shuffle of True Romance because there's so many big stars in it, and it's a really enjoyable film. But it wasn't Walken's movie; he was in it, and he stole every scene he was in. The scene when he's interrogating Dennis Hopper, and for a while you're really rooting for Dennis Hopper's character to survive, and you're like, he might pull this one out. Yeah. Walken may let him go.
Right. Well, it was so good because of the way he's kind of laughing about it. And he's just because
Brilliant.
he's been because
R.I.P. Dennis Hopper.
What's that?
R.I.P. Dennis Hopper.
That's
too.
right.
Yeah.
But that whole the back and forth between the two of them was so great, and it was just that that this guy's been there before. He's gonna give him shit, but he's gonna kill this guy at the end. And it's just it was the dialogue of Tarantino, the brilliant directing of Tony Scott, and the fantastic performance of Christopher Walken in that role as that hitman that knew what he had to do. And this guy, fine, you gonna talk about Sicilians? Now you're dead.
Yeah.
So,
how far across the country would you make it with Patricia Arquette before you're like, you got to do something about those teeth?
Back then, she's pretty sexy.
Yeah, she's
dude, super
pretty
hot.
sexy.
Yeah.
Now, 2 minutes and 33 seconds.
No, wait, she's still doable.
No, dude, that's
really?
hot.
Yeah.
I like the mangled.
Now?
Yeah, even now.
It works.
Something sexy about it.
Wait a minute now.
She's cute. She got
We do her.
great breasts and everything.
You seriously?
Oh yeah.
All right,
It's hot.
well, wait a minute.
I like that in a dude too, though.
But
so.
you said that with conviction.
Bad
So
teeth?
if you literally, not bad teeth, we're talking about
like
Maria.
kind of like a.
All right, so you're going on the road with Patricia Arquette
Conviction?
now. She's about 175 years old. So if you were
Bring
with,
it.
so,
Ish.
but
Ish.
if nobody's looking, you're in the desert. It's open game.
Oh, absolutely.
Good for you.
Oh,
Okay,
hell yeah.
well, she's coming back soon. All right, so now what's next? We have those guys at Those Guys Web TV also tweeting in Maria Bello. A lot of Maria Bello tweets. Good for you, Schmoeville. You guys are kicking ass out there.
It's amazing what happens when you plug the tweet of celebrity right. You know, you plug it right, you get a good celebrity, which is what we had. Who suggested Maria Bello?
That would be me.
Oh, well done. I will take back some of the things I've said about you in the past.
And the only reason why is because we were talking about it on the way here, and Ken was talking about how obsessed he was with her, and I said, well, I'm going to throw him a bone.
Yeah.
All right, so you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, guys, it's George. What's up?
Georgie,
what's up, buddy?
What's up, dude?
Hey, I got two hitmen.
Okay, who you got?
What's his face?
Come on, Georgie.
The Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men.
Okay.
Which was fantastic. And Gene Reno in The Professional.
Yeah.
Who was the other one? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Georgie. You're the man. And the question.
Yeah, no problem, guys.
And how'd you like Tony Soprano ripping on Josh for being a Pats fan? Oh, he's gone. All right.
Well, those are two both homoerotic characters.
Who?
Hitman characters.
No.
Javier Bardem. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Javier Bardem maybe.
Yes,
but not
you can say you can say
What's his name,
creepy.
Leo?
You can say creepy into
Creepy
kids.
as fuck,
Homoerotic, creepy.
Wait,
equals
how's he
the same
homoerotic?
thing.
How is he homoerotic?
Look,
Because Natalie Portman maybe
No.
looked like a boy when she
Yes,
was 14.
absolutely.
Don't just say yes. You just
look.
You're saying look because you come on.
Look, he fell in love with her, but it was weird. There's
But that's not homoerotic.
It's pedophilia.
That's different.
Okay.
You see,
Sort
Bobby,
of the same
what
thing.
homosexuality is when two men love each other.
Absolutely. But I just feel like a sense of homoeroticness there.
Well, so wait, we got.
Don't get me wrong, great movies.
We got a tweet from the goddamn Batman. At Gotham Knight 98. Not to be rude, but what's your guest name again? My laptop just cut out before the podcast, so I came in late. His name is Tom Dagnino, a.k.a. Bobby Finstock, and we're trying to figure out...
Yes.
Wait, what happened?
Why do you get so distracted? I'm having a little fun with Kenny. Just read the goddamn tweet.
Well, you're talking silence. You're sitting right next to me. I know you're here.
I'm looking over there.
I know. I'm going to call you out on it. What did you say?
Kenny's filming some behind-the-scenes
flirting.
videos.
Oh, okay.
Let him be. It's really cute.
All right, fine.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What fountain did you get at Baja Fresh? Because I got the Coca-Cola. I think
did not
maybe
get
there's
the
a
Coca-Cola.
secret fountain in Baja Fresh.
That's a scissor.
His name's Enrique, and he's been hooking me up for a long
Scissor.
time.
Yeah.
It's not homoerotic. All right, so we're gonna get into another call here. I want to talk to some more wait. We didn't get to Georgie's stuff, though, too, with the Hitman. Look, besides your nonsense.
No, great, two great characters.
Now,
And it's the only movie that I've actually watched that recently
That
that
you can
I can even talk about. The Professional.
Sound off.
Go.
I watched it last night.
What did you like about him as a hitman?
He's a hitman with a heart.
I'm
I saw that about you.
Yeah, he is, and the thing, but he's so fucking devastating in the beginning when he doesn't pick that kid up. This will go to your points why you don't get kids, because once you do, you lose all your shit.
Stupid babies.
Have you ever seen the movie?
Have
you ever seen the movie?
The Professional?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, so fantastic, and he's so proficient. He's just so good at what he does.
Yeah.
And they teach.
He's a professional.
Did you see what version did you see of the movie?
What do you mean version?
There's two versions of the film. There's like a
pornographic one.
Oh no, it was like on. It had commercials, so I was watching the shit version.
You should watch.
Yeah.
There's the actual. It was because there's one called Professional, and the other one, the actual one is called Leon. So that's the one you should watch because they actually show like Natalie Portman training and then taking somebody out, trying to take someone out.
I was going to say there wasn't that much killing in the version that I saw, except for the end. Nobody really got killed.
Yeah,
it's except the very beginning and the very end.
It's interesting because Leon is a dude who has a heart. He's great at what he does, but he does have a heart. He's got
no women, no children.
Yeah, he's got a cricket on his shoulder, and then by contrast, Georgie also likes Javier Bardem, who's just soulless.
So much
who does he work
that guy
for?
scares me.
Who does he work for?
He works for. It's one of these. You don't see them that much in there.
Yeah.
But they also go at. They end up going after Woody Harrelson too.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of these Dr. Claw kind of things, like what we keep going back to, where you don't really
It's
see
Don Quixote stuff.
Yeah, you don't see who's pulling the strings. You just see the strings are getting pulled, or in this case, a pellet gun.
I love the Hitmen, though. I mean, there's two different type of Hitmen. When you have, like, going back to the John Travolta, Sam Jackson...
black ones and white ones. You got it.
Stop that. When you're going back and forth and just, like, the conversation and the more personality, and then you get, like, the stone-cold killers, like both The Professional and Javier Bardem.
Yeah.
To where... just the look of them and the way that they do their job, and you're like, that guy is no fucking joke.
Well, it's also the way. It's also the way the movie's shot.
100%.
You know, and that's it. I mean, both those movies are shot beautifully. You got the Coen brothers, and you got this other guy doing it, the French guy, whatever his name is.
Well, Luc Besson.
I mean, it's brilliant.
Luc Besson.
I mean, it's so saturated. It's so good.
What happened to him? What happened to him?
You know what? He probably topped out. He pulled George Costanza. You say, you know, make a good movie, fucking take a hike.
He made the mistake.
You know what I mean?
That some people believe that he turned 30 and now he's not creative anymore.
All right,
I don't buy it.
I want to take one more call from Schmoeville to get a topic here for whether it be Hitman or mob movies, and then I want to talk about ripped apparel, of course. But before we do that, hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Mike from Jersey again.
Hey, dude, what's up?
Yeah, speaking of The Professional, how about Gary Oldman in that role, man?
That's Gary Oldman in any role.
Yeah, that's Gary Oldman is really. He's also, by the way, Schmoeville, help me out here, because he's a cop. He's a cop in this movie, but I need Schmoeville help me out as far as he actually was in an Irish mob movie, and I can't remember the damn State of Grace. I think it was called.
It's great in True Romance too.
No, but he was in this movie, and if somebody can check that out on Schmoeville's
Air Force One.
That's what usually.
Yes.
Joe the intern, are you checking it out? All right, Joe the intern, checking it out. Let's take one more call for Schmoeville. We'll talk about ripped. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
It's Max.
Hey, Max, what's up, man?
Two dudes for you.
Who we got?
Boba Fett.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good hit, man.
Nice.
And
he said Boba Fett, by the way.
Yeah.
And who was the other one?
The Terminator.
Yeah, very sci-fi spin on this whole conversation.
Good for him. That's a great twist, because I didn't think anyone would bring that type of stuff up. Now, anyone I know calls him Boba Fett, but you guys are on the same page. Call him Boba Fett.
I call him Boba Fett. And look, if you want to call him Boba, that's fine. I don't judge anybody for saying it differently. But every time I try to have a conversation with Christian about Boba Fett, I can't even get through to him. He puts up this force field.
No,
it's
I'm with Christian. I can't.
Yeah, but isn't Boba like the Chinese coffee drink or whatever it is?
Boba is the
tapioca drink.
Boba though, but that's
Boba's like the meat skewers.
That should give you cancer.
All right, make sure if you guys call in for the rest of the
bounty hunter
podcast,
guy who flies Slave 2.
Whoever calls it, we're going to go to break a second. So when you guys call back after the break, when I say, hey, Schmoeville, what do you got? Don't even say your name. First say either Boba Fett or Boba Fett. Yeah. That's how you have to answer. Otherwise, I'm not going to take the call.
100% Boba Fett.
I like this idea.
Yeah,
it's 100% Boba Fett.
Well, that's fine. Well, maybe we're going to see if people are with Boba or Boba. To be fair,
I realize I'm in the minority, but look, I'm from the South. That's how we pronounce it.
I'm giving you a fair shot. What do you mean? No, I'm not. I'm not telling anybody to go the other way.
You spring this on me halfway through the podcast. You're going to hang up on callers who want to contribute
You're very upset.
because they don't pronounce it right.
You're very upset today. Do you want to talk about why?
Can I throw in one more fact about mob movies?
All right, hold on real quick before you do that. Ripped apparel, guys. Make sure that you check out on the video right now if you're checking it out. If you look at Mark's shirt right now, he's got the Got Nard shirt. It's from Monster Squad. That comes from Ripped Apparel. If you guys check that out, you put in the code lowercase schmoes in there, you get $1 off the shirts. They're really great. The shirts are fantastic, and they're for movie fans. You guys should really check them out. I got Kenny, his first one that I forgot today. But we'll be back after the break with Bobby Finstock, Tony Soprano.
It's pronounced Bobby Finstock.
Bobby Finstock. Mark Ellis, Ken Knapsack, Megan Finley, and Joe the intern.
Yes. Love this song. Hey, we got Stan Bush.
You know what this is from, right?
Of course I know this.
Just wait. I want to hear it. I want to hear the. Gotta go to the chorus. No, it's not this.
No, I know it's not that song anyway.
Now, there's a reason I'm bringing this up, because it's not just. Hold on. Push it to the limit.
Oh, dude, Scarface. Hey, I seen Alan Rickman the other day, right?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did.
Where'd you see him? All right,
and I go, hey man, I'm a big fan.
Wait, hold on.
He goes,
wait, stop. Where did you see Alan Rickman?
Down in Century City Mall.
All right, so you see him. Paint the picture for me. So you see Alan.
I'm walking, doing around.
All right, okay.
You know, wearing like Gucci head to toe, obviously.
Okay.
Vintage,
of course,
yeah, of course.
But bought off of like $6.
Yeah.
One C.
One C. I take it to my boy Cash at Miracle Shoes.
All right, fine. But listen to me. So you're at Century City.
Yeah.
And you're walking around.
Yes.
All right. And so paint the picture. Go ahead.
I'm like, is that fucking Hans right there? You know, Hans.
Bobby.
And I'm going, and I tap some chick on the shoulder. I go, what's that guy's name over there? She goes, Alan Rickman. I go, yeah,
Rackman?
Okay. Whatever his name is. I don't know what his name is.
You just tap a random girl on the shoulder?
Yeah.
Random girl.
I go, hey, bitch, who's that guy?
Yeah.
Like, hey,
then did you
Girls
punch
love
the
that.
girl after you're done?
All right.
So it's Alan Rickman, right?
Yeah.
So I go like this. I go, hey, man, you know, I'm a big fan of your movie. He goes, let me guess. Die Hard.
No way.
Yeah.
Did he really?
And I go,
was he being
no,
pissy?
man.
Was he being a douche?
Yeah.
No.
So I go like this. I go, no, the English Patient. He goes, I wasn't an English patient. I go, of course, Die Hard, you fucking queen.
No, you didn't.
I fucking took off.
You're
yeah,
lying.
God, I was in Bloomingdale's.
Wait.
Ask the lady in the sunglass section, bro. That's the lady in the sunglass section.
That's why there was a girl in arm's length to hit.
You told Hans Gruber. First of all, you called Hans Gruber a queen.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Why was
true story. True story.
The coolest story ever.
Wait a minute. So he was a cock to you? Severus
Dude,
Snape was a cock?
I'm telling you, he looked like a queen, too. He's rolling
but
with some
wait,
dude who's totally
I
questionable.
have
Who cares
a
about that?
feeling.
That's not nice.
I have
That's
a
not
feeling
nice. That's not nice.
that if this was told in a court of law and your hand was on the Bible would melt and God would strike you
No,
dead.
it's dead serious.
None of this is true.
I'm dead serious.
Wait,
I was like, because look, Die Hard is an American institution of a movie.
Right.
Okay, look.
We've
it's like,
seen
hey,
the movie.
So you think he was
Hans,
judging you?
No bullets.
So he was judging.
Stupid Hans.
So you think? Why was he pissed off then? Why was he judging you?
Because he probably gets everybody in America says, hey, Die Hard.
Right.
They're not going to say whatever he's else in, like freaking
Harry Potter, man.
Whatever.
I would have thrown him a Robin Hood bone.
Yeah, I know. Wow, that's that.
Well, that's what everybody was saying.
I hope that story is true.
It is true.
Right.
I said, of course it's Die Hard. I've never seen him in anything else. Why
Well,
would I want to see him in anything else?
You didn't call him a queen, though.
You didn't call him a queen.
No. I called him a homo.
No, you did not.
No, you didn't.
You're lying. You're lying.
Okay.
All right,
Don't believe it.
I don't believe it.
Whatever,
All right.
that guy is so hot.
I'm just saying.
All right, that was incredible on so many different levels. All right, hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
You got Matt Thomas sick in bed.
Hey, Matt, what's up, dude? So what's up?
Islamabad, what?
What?
Yeah, there's no Baba
He's-
Boba.
Oh, wait, he didn't say it. Wait,
Don't make them do
I'm not
this.
going to
Don't
hang
make
up on
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett.
Thank
Boba
you.
Fett.
Yeah.
All right.
It's fine.
Hey, I didn't bring
It's
it up.
fine.
All right.
Be
So,
that way.
All right. So,
You did bring it up. You want to replay the thing?
I didn't just say this now. They said
I did.
they yelled at me.
I did. I yelled at him.
All right.
You got angry eyes. All right, stop. Matt, go ahead, man. What do you got?
It works best for me as a sci-fi movie, but where do you think Looper factors into mob lore?
That's a great question.
The
Thank you, Matt.
futuristic mob.
Thanks a lot.
And that's the problem with being a mobster in the future. There's just too many people.
0.0.
There's nowhere to dump the body anymore.
Yes.
The swamps of Jersey are full.
Right.
There's nowhere else to go. I know where to go.
Yeah,
Back in
right.
time. Let future Batman take care of it.
I mean, it's a good.
Or
yeah.
John Wayne Gacy's Crawl Space.
Wait,
Yeah.
did you see Looper?
Yes.
And what did you think?
I don't think it was a mob movie.
Well, no, but he's asking in the realm of. But if you think about it,
Looper was definitely a mob movie.
it was
Ish.
a mob movie.
Ish.
But it wasn't centered. The story wasn't.
It
mob.
certainly was.
You think the story was
certainly
about?
was.
No,
Yeah.
no. The story wasn't. I
No
agree
way.
with Tom there. That the story was not about being in the mob.
It ended up being about this guy
Right, well,
protecting
that
this girl.
That was the core of the story. But,
Yeah.
but I mean, it does have mob. I'm
Yeah,
with you
definitely,
there. I'm
yeah.
with you there. But that's not what the whole movie was about. But regardless, the fact that it's a great. I wouldn't have thought about that when you think about mob movies.
No.
Yeah, I would have thought about it. It doesn't matter. It doesn't. Let's just talk about the movie
All right,
itself.
let's take a break here. I want to take a break.
Why?
Let's talk about your cable. I mean, your internet.
The internet is not what's pissed me. I am
is.
pissed off about the internet
Yeah, it is.
because I haven't had internet in my house in a day,
Yeah.
and it really upsets me when these idiots. I send back the old modem. They're like, "Oh yeah, there's a bug with it." They send me the new modem. Now I'm still on the phone with these assholes for an hour.
So we need to talk about this.
Yeah,
because
that must-
If you
that must
sit
be
on the
really
East
hard
Coast,
for
you might
you.
get
You're
stabbed.
getting
On
upset.
top of that, our website almost went down
Yes.
permanently.
And
On
you took
top
care
of
of
that,
it. You took care of it.
I landed on a plane and my fucking left ear still hasn't popped.
Okay, so
in
we know
3 days.
All right,
Let's
so
call
we're
a
getting-
ambulance.
So we're getting down.
That
to
doesn't change the point that that you brought up the Boba thing. I was going to let it go.
I did not bring up the Boba Fett.
Before the break.
All right. Well, Jeff brought it up. See, Jeff the engineer taking my back here.
Hey,
See?
Christian, I got a really
No,
cool...
this is before the break happened.
Okay, see,
Is
look
it
got a really
every
cool
time?
Look at Joe is. I'm sorry.
I just
Yeah.
want to point out that Joe the intern,
Yeah.
Josh the
Yeah.
intern right now
Yeah.
would be probably looking at why
Yeah.
Tom Brady has nicer hair than Eli Manning.
Which he does.
Stop
Yeah,
that.
he definitely does.
Look at Joe the
Yeah.
intern.
He's
Joe
got a
the
hot
intern is
girlfriend, too.
massaging. He's got a Patriots hat. I mean, he's got a Steelers hat on.
Let me
Excuse
tell you something. He has carpenter hands.
Wow, Josh the
amazing.
intern.
Wow.
You're in
Magic
trouble
hands.
here, Josh. You're in
Yeah.
trouble.
That is
Hey,
fantastic.
Christian.
Yes, sir.
You know,
Yeah,
you know when
he's-
Joe
he's
Pesci
calm
gets
down.
Joe Pesci gets cooked in, hit into the cornfield in Casino when he dies. He broke
Hold
a
on,
rib.
what's this? Is that the porn music?
No, it's my happy music.
Oh, you're giving him happy Mrs. Van Halen?
It's Foghat. I just want to make love to you.
Okay. Well, I don't know if that's a message from Jeff the engineer or what it is, but it's nice. Look, so are you
everybody's on my team.
Are you a little calm? You feel a little better to Vince?
It had nothing to do with the Boba Fett explosion.
I know. I just think that you needed to get that out there.
Yeah. Felt a little bit. I still don't have internet at my house, by the way. Still don't have it.
Yeah, it's always fun to watch Mark go a little shitty.
Oh, unbelievable.
Okay. All right. Let's go.
He's having trouble being human lately.
All right. Let's go back to what were you saying now, Mr. Finstock?
Oh, when Joe Pesci. Pesci, yeah, Pesci. Well,
is it
call
Pesci
in.
or Pesci?
Is it Pesci
Is it
or
Baba
Pesci?
or Boba?
Don't worry about it. He gets real particular with name pronunciation.
Yeah, exactly.
Pesci, Bobby.
So
hey, Christian, did you hear Boba Fett cured AIDS?
Yeah.
It's Boba Fett.
Yeah.
We're going to talk about this.
It's odds, not AIDS.
What do you model? Gloves? Hey,
go ahead. Come on, you motherfucker. You motherfucker, you.
Bottom line is, what happened was when he got pushed into the
You did not
cornfield
call
in
Alan
Casino.
Rickman a homo.
He did. I did. A queen. I called him.
Go ahead.
So basically, what happened was, which is an odd coincidence in gangster movies, is when Raging Bull wasn't a gangster movie, but De Niro punched Pesci in the ribs and broke one of them on Raging Bull.
I believe that.
Then, when he got pushed into the cornfield because he refused to have a stunt double, he broke the same rib.
Really? In Casino?
Yeah.
That I'm going
tweet
ahead.
Tweet that, Schmoeville.
All right, now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say that that's true.
It is.
Yeah, you know that?
I remember hearing about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that scene. Let's
from
talk
him at a bar a year ago, but still.
Probably right.
Do you have any Casino music? Music from Casino, like anything. Like, I want to talk that.
Also,
movie.
I want to talk about soundtracks in mob movies.
That's great.
Which I also thought with Goodfellas was better than The Godfather, minus the theme to Godfather.
But is it better than Casino?
Good question. I'll tell you what. Godfather's my third favorite mob movie.
Godfather,
Goodfellas, Casino.
Yeah.
And Godfather.
Listen, Casino.
Godfather has such. Goodfellas has such a great classic rock soundtrack.
Oh, my God.
I'm naturally going to vote for that one. But the theme to The Godfather.
Every time I hear "Give Me Shelter," I think about doing cocaine and like driving like an old school Lincoln.
When I hear Layla,
I do too, but I haven't seen that movie.
When you hear Layla,
anyway.
Well, you know what I've been doing. Well, I got the Lincoln. I just need somebody to get me the cocaine.
Awesome. We're going to have a great night.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Dead bodies in the freezer and what?
Yeah.
It's
delicious.
I love how bizarre this episode is. What do you got?
There we go.
This is Casino?
No, this is "Can You Take Me High Enough" by Damn Yankees.
Oh wow, great song.
No, it's not.
Oh, is this a score from Casino? Oh wow, you play that. Look, I'm not going to yell at you for that because I usually ask for a score, but it's the one rare time that the Casino has Martin Scorsese has such a good choice of old school 60s music and the music that he uses. I can't remember the song.
Yeah, I mean, because he used to go to swinger clubs. I mean, he was all into the mix. Yeah, my uncle who slept with 80 girls in 80 days. Shout out to Ron DeLucia if you're listening. The guy slept with 80 girls in 80 days.
Ron DeLucia did?
Yeah, there's a possibility of him being. He's my pseudo uncle.
Of course he is.
It's like the boy that cried wolf.
The guy's unbelievable.
But the guy keeps going out there.
He has the world record.
Who, Ron DeLucia or you?
For sleeping with underage girls in the Dominican Republic, and he also is in the Guinness Book of World Records for having the best peripheral vision.
Let me ask you this. Does the Guinness Book fly somebody down to the Dominican Republic to watch the underage sex happen?
How do you confirm this?
It was in the ocean, so it was sort of in the ocean, so that's sort of uncharted territory or whatever.
Oh, wow. International waters? I'm pretty sure it's still legal.
Does Guinness Book show up to watch this?
I think it's 13 yards out. It's free. It's good.
Underage sex for all.
All right, here's my next one. I have a call from Schmoeville coming in. Just turn your computer down, please. So here, before you ask your question, I want you, Bobby Finstock, a.k.a. Tom Dagnino, is he telling a lot of the truth, or is he telling a lot of lies?
I only speak.
I have no fucking clue. I don't know what to believe from this guy's mouth. Everything sounds true.
Thank you, sir.
All right, who do we got?
This is George.
Hey, Georgie, what's up, man? So what do you got?
You guys keep talking about Goodfellas and The Godfather, but no one said anything about The Godfather Part II, and that's one of my all-time favorites.
Godfather Part II is the best. Is the best one.
I think that's better than the first one, and the third one never happened.
I agree with you, sir. I agree with you, sir.
Thanks, Georgie. He's right. I mean, he's absolutely 100% right. The Godfather 2 is. I mean,
the thing is, you can't shit on The Godfather 1 because people want to slap you and it's like a cliche. But
cliche to what? To shit on it?
No, to not shit on it.
Oh, okay. Well, but so you would shit on The Godfather if you could?
Yes.
Why?
Just because. Like, if you watch...
Just
like,
because?
No, look. Let me finish. That was a comma. Just because, comma. Just because, comma.
All right, just because, comma.
That's why I start my sentences. I'm from New York, man. Come on. Or the Bronx, actually.
Wherever.
But anyway, that being said, it's like, 2, I thought was a better movie.
Okay, yeah, it was.
Okay. But if I say that...
But you can't shit on the first one, because the second one's better.
I do it just to
shit on it.
Arouse people.
Just to be different.
Yeah, just to be different a little bit.
The third one you can
Too
shit on
different.
because Sofia Coppola is horrendous.
True.
Now, look, I've seen most of these mob movies. I'm a big fan of the genre, but I've never seen The Godfather 3. Is it that bad?
Yes.
Is it in the same bin as Rocky 5?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah.
The whole
Pacino
movie, not just one
overacted.
performance?
Yeah, Pacino overacted,
Pacino
yelling
overacted,
like crazy.
There's no reason to have Sofia Coppola in there. And by the way,
Zero.
everyone's like, oh, it would have been so much better because Winona Ryder was supposed to be in it.
Really?
Either way, you're in trouble.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Boba Fett. Sorry, Mark. Now you can pop a blood vessel if you want.
It's all right, buddy.
He may.
I know. I accept. I welcome different pronunciations.
All right, I apologize. For the next caller calling in, no more Boba Fett because Mark's getting mad.
I don't get mad at it. I just don't want you to hang up on me.
I'm not hang up. I wouldn't hang up on anybody. Go.
Hey, guys.
You do it all the time.
I do. I hang up on anybody. Is this your first time calling in?
Call in and tell us if you hung up.
I want to know. Is this your first time calling in?
No, this is Mike from Jersey. It's the first time I've been calling this episode.
Oh, that's fine, but
I'm sorry if I'm,
have I ever,
sorry if I'm harassing you guys.
Mike, have I ever hung up on you?
No.
Hey, Mike, are you
That's
inland?
fun, guys. That's
Are
fun.
you inland, or did you get smashed by Hurricane Sandy?
No, we got hit a little bit.
Okay.
Like, there were a couple trees that got knocked over, but we're good. Like, my house didn't even lose any power whatsoever.
Nice.
Like,
Because my buddy went home, and he got evacuated from his house, and he went back, and guess what? The house wasn't there. But he's an idiot anyway who thought Jolly Ranchers grew on trees, so he's an imbecile anyway. So it is
Heartwarming Sidewinder.
Yeah.
We picked up some
Sorry
Slim
about
Jims
that.
at the
All
gas
right, so
station. Now we're back on the highway.
so-
Let's ask. I think it's my turn. What do you want to talk about with mob movies, buddy? God.
My headphones.
Anyway, before this gets too far, I just wanted to point out that how about The Departed? Nobody said anything about that yet.
That's a great point. You know why no one said anything about that? It's because we got one idiot making up stories. We got Megan writing a term paper, and we got Johnny Walker over here drinking
my
his black
email.
stuff. Do you have any idea? If you're from Jersey, fly in here and help me train these monkeys for an evening.
All right, thank you very much. Holy shit balls!
Hey, I've been reading old Hustler magazines. And I'm serious now, from the '80s, and I came across one with the Goodfellas. It was like '90s. It was a Goodfellas review, and they actually tore it to pieces in Hustler.
Well, it's probably that Owen Gleiberman character.
Well, either way, '90s Hustler. I was taking a shit the other day, and I was reading it.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute here. So let's get to the poor bastards comment about The Departed. It's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Based off of Infernal Affairs. It's a remake.
I disagree.
What do you mean? It's not. What do you mean disagree?
I don't think it's a fantastic movie.
The Departed or Infernal Affairs?
The Departed.
Okay, why not?
Because I thought they gave Scorsese the Oscar because he earned it.
All right. So what are you nodding your head about? You don't agree? Come here.
Yes, sir.
You're not.
I thought the movie was.
That's actually. I've heard a lot of people express
Well,
that.
you're nodding your head. Do you agree?
No, I'm just saying that he's not alone in that.
I'm
theory.
asking your opinion.
I don't have an opinion on it because I didn't see it. I'm just trying to back him up here before you jump on him. That a lot of people.
Wait a minute.
He just wants to feel like he's
I thought
fitting
it was
in.
horrible.
Before we
Honestly,
jump
I
on
thought
you don't think out of the
I see
comments that
your
have come out of his mouth, he doesn't deserve to be
I
jumped
thought it was an
on?
F. I thought it was an F.
You booked him.
An F?
That was the worst movie.
I did book him.
That was the
Ken.
worst movie.
Thanks, Ken. That was
And
awesome.
you know what else was the worst movie?
What?
The one that's coming out right now, The Hobbit. I wouldn't see it if you fucking paid me.
Who? What?
Now you gotta go.
Who brought this
No,
guy?
I know
What
it's
is
true.
happening?
All right. So Schmoeville. How
I'm
about
a
this?
huge fan of The Departed.
All right.
I thought it was great. The
Departed.
one problem I had with The Departed, I loved the whole movie. I loved everything about it. This isn't really a spoiler because I'm not going to tell you who saw it, but at the very end, when you see the rat go across the screen, I'm like, no, don't do that. Don't put the rat in there at the very end. I already get what's happening here.
Right.
I don't need to see the animal represented
You know what?
on
I
screen.
agree with you there. I think
Come on, Marty.
It was too over the.
It was one of Scorsese's
Yeah.
worst movies, in my opinion.
Why do you say? Are you saying that to get a ruse?
No, I'm dead serious.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
I don't agree with you.
Watch Mean Streets.
Yeah,
watch Goodfellas.
Well,
watch Casino.
and you like
watch the Rolling Stone documentary.
That's
great.
They're all better than that.
Hugo, you like too?
No.
Okay.
Well, I don't like animation movies.
Well, it's
I
not really
love
animation.
Hugo.
I
It's not
refuse to
animation.
watch animation.
That's not animation. You're thinking of Tintin. You're
No,
thinking of Rin
it
Tin
has
Tin.
like some kind of animation in it. That's CGI, whatever, same thing.
Yeah, no, you're wrong. Because listen, there is actually that movie Departed. You stop for a second.
Okay.
I actually really enjoyed the film very much so, and I thought that's the movie for me that got me over on Leonardo DiCaprio because I was sick of him whining and screaming and crying all the time in his other movies that he did.
Yeah,
this was the one
Gilbert Grape.
But he's crying and screaming all the time. But he was still good in that. But that was the movie that I said.
A retard. A retard.
To have a guy become the adult version of what you thought he could, because he was fine in Gilbert Grape, and he's great when he's stealing stuff from the Seavers house and Growing Pains, but him as an adult, as like a badass adult, you could believe graduated from the police academy, that may have been the movie.
And he went so deep into the mob. It was almost what Johnny Depp did in Donnie Brasco, that he went so deep into the, what are you doing
No
now?
way.
What do you mean no way?
Johnny Depp killed him in that.
So you like
Donnie Brasco. You put up. I'd take Depp over DiCaprio any day, especially in that kind of movie.
Megan Finley, your thoughts on The Departed? Good.
I'm with Ken. I have nothing useful.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing useful to contribute to this conversation or anything at all.
I want to call from Schmoeville here. The next call I take from Schmoeville. This is about Departed. I want to ask you your opinion on Departed. Whatever else you had, hold it. I'll ask you. But have you seen The Departed? Who do we have right now?
This is Whit.
Hey, Whit. Did you see The Departed?
I did, and I loved it.
Thank you. Right. So all the
okay, moving on.
So his name is Mitt.
Not Mitt Romney.
Okay.
No. So all the points that Tom Dagnino made. Can you please counterpoint those and talk to him about why he's out of his mind?
It was just, I know it's a remake of like a Japanese film, like Internal Affairs, right?
That's one. That's one.
Yeah, and it was just the whole two-sided. It was pins and needles. You were just like, you wanted them to figure out who they were, and when it happened at the very end, it just built to this climax. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but it's just that climax. And Scorsese is the best director to be able to do this.
Right.
And it was just perfect.
It was just perfect. So you think Bobby Finstock's out of his mind?
Yes.
Okay. So what was your other point that you called in about?
I was going to call in to ask about how you guys felt about Godfather Part III and Goodfellas both losing Best Picture to Dances with Wolves back in 1991.
That's hysterical. Were they both? Wait, was Godfather?
Goodfellas lost out to Ordinary People.
No.
Ordinary People. It was like 82.
Ordinary People was early 80s. It lost to Dances with Wolves.
Oh, sorry, I was on drugs.
Wait a minute. Was Godfather 3
Godfather 3
nominated?
came out the same. No, but it came out the same year.
No, but he said, was Godfather?
Well, it
3
didn't win.
No, but he was saying it was nominated.
He said that it didn't win because Dances with Wolves did win. I don't want to get into this.
Dances
I'd rather
with Wolves
talk
beat
about
Godfather?
why Dances with Wolves beat Goodfellas.
Right.
And I think it's because everybody got swept up. People loved Kevin Costner at the time, right? And I mean, looking back, hindsight's 20/20 of these things.
Yeah.
But Dances with Wolves is a pretty good movie. It's a big epic. The Oscars love that kind of shit. So I can't kill them for making that decision. But Goodfellas clearly should have won.
Clearly, one of the top 5 best movies of all time. Period.
What was
Goodfellas? Yes.
Goodfellas, yeah, for sure. All right.
Much better soundtrack than Dances with Wolves. A lot more Rolling Stones. A lot more Eric Clapton.
Yes.
Godfather
my favorite
3
movie of all time
nominated
is
for 7 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor in Supporting Role for Andy Garcia, Best Cinematography, Best Film Editing, Best Art Direction, Set Decoration, Best Music, and Best Song.
Thank you, Joe, the intern, champion of knowledge.
Now, is that just the Academy being like what they did with Return of the King, which deserved it, but the Godfather 3, hey, this last Godfather, we got to give it some stuff.
Giving Denzel Washington the award for Training Day because he didn't get it the year before for Hurricane.
No, he deserved that.
For what? Training Day?
Yes, he was fantastic.
Joe, the intern, who was he up against that year? I think
it doesn't make a difference who he's up against. He was great.
You're out of your. You're crazy. And you know what? I agree that at Movie Buff 94, this guy's funny, but he doesn't know his movies. Departed was awesome. Shut your face.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
The Academy does a lot of makeup calls, but they usually don't do it with Best Picture. But they definitely did it with Denzel Washington because he deserved it for the Hurricane.
But the respect of
I disagree.
But you disagree with everything. The respect of Godfather 1 and Godfather 2. Mm-hmm. The reason why, because like, wait a minute, it's Godfather 3.
Yeah,
you have to give it. You have to give it a nomination because we'll look like morons if we don't. And then who knew that it was going to be one of the most Rocky V did.
Well, they should have known when they saw the movie.
But think about it though. When Francis Ford Coppola comes out with the third movie of the 2 of the most beloved movies of all time.
Yeah.
and you don't nominate it, and you're part of that committee, you go, "Ooh, we kind of have to." You know what I mean? So I understand how that happened. But the question is, Goodfellas over. I mean, come on, Dances with Wolves.
It's a better movie, but I can see Dances with Wolves. It was a great movie too.
Yeah, but Scorsese was ostracized by the industry for a little while.
All right, you have. He
was.
You first. Yeah, you have a hater and a lover here. Old school Losers Club says The Departed was boring.
Yes.
At Freddie Conception at Mono 0521 says Schmoeville has the biggest douchebag in the USA on the podcast tonight. They need a hitman tonight, right now.
What a great prank that would have been. Is if we did a murder mystery podcast and we had him on and then somebody whacked him and we had to find out who whacked him.
Yeah.
But that's.
Well, I'm going to go out on Hollywood Boulevard after this. I'll probably get killed anyway.
That's right. Who do you got?
They were talking about me, so it's okay.
Oh.
Hold on, just take your face.
2001 for Best Actor, Denzel Washington beat Russell Crowe in A Beautiful Mind, Will Smith in Ali, Sean Penn in I Am Sam, and Tom Wilkinson in The Bedroom.
You hear that, and that is, I am ignoring all those stupid easies that you're saying because all of those performances, Russell Crowe in Beautiful Mind, winner.
Yeah.
Winner.
Russell Crowe is doing
winner.
Kung Fu flicks now.
What does that have to do with anything?
You know what? He's done. He won his stuff.
What does that have? Wait,
it doesn't make a difference anymore.
It's not. Yes, today.
Yeah.
2001.
Beautiful Mind. Whatever.
What's going on now on the poster?
You're doing like Bring It On shit.
You know what?
You start dancing?
No. Charlie Sheen, in my opinion, should have won an Oscar for Major League.
Wait a minute.
No. Bobby Uecker should have won for Major League.
I'm reading all these tweets from Schmoeville right now because they're fantastic.
It's true.
They're so good right now, these tweets from Schmoeville. At Miss Movies, who might be the nicest person on the planet.
Yeah.
I just jumped into the podcast. Who is this fool?
Yes.
That's a fool.
I always play a good villain
in the Miss Movies household.
This fool is our good buddy, Tom Dagnino. He's a very, very talented writer, very talented actor, funny dude, talking a lot of bullshit tonight.
I couldn't be more hated if I had a swastika on my forehead.
Well, I don't know about that. All right, let's Georgie is correct. You do not have a filter. All right, here we go. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, guys, you got Matt Brown here.
Hey, dude, what's up?
No, well, a few things. I'd first like to point out that the guy you have there is out of his mind.
As he says
Duly
this,
noted, so stipulated.
That's what they tell me. Is
else?
your name Matt Bryant? You should be. Weren't you at a football game this earlier?
No, Matt Brown, not Matt Bryant.
Not Matt Bryant.
Okay,
All right, sorry. Ignore the crazy person in the room. What do you got?
Well, I've actually got a mob movie and a Hitman I'd like to talk about.
Yeah, let's do it.
I mean, I've never been crazy on mob movies, even though I'm here in Staten Island and have had family members who are
really
maybe.
Wait.
Angela Lansbury.
Well, you can't just drop that kind of.
I don't want Matt to get hurt here.
Well, wait. All right. So wait. So what? Without ratting out your family members, what position were they? Higher level? Were they Tony Soprano? Were they Johnny Sack? Or were they like Christopher Moltisanti when he just started out?
Well, I had one who was on the Irish side, who was a member of the Westies back then.
All right, so that you don't mess around with the Irish because they come out. No, because they'll beat you to death drunk.
Yeah, but no Italians. Like no one in your family's nicknamed Spider.
So I'm getting to that.
Or Snake.
All right. So I'm sorry, buddy. So all right. So what do you got?
Well, I mean, there were more, but I don't want to get.
That's all right. All right, that's all right.
But the one mob movie that I can't get enough of is The Untouchables.
Good one.
Yes,
great one.
A lot of factual errors in that one, but a great movie.
Speaking of some Irish power,
Thank you so much for that because I love The Untouchables. I mean, great movie. I mean,
right.
Especially in the fact when Sean Connery, I mean, obviously is one of the biggest badasses of all time, but in that movie, I mean, like when he teaches them, when he's telling them, you bring a knife, you bring a gun, the whole speech, and then when he sticks the gun in the guy's mouth, it's like, I can't hear you. What are you talking about? He just. That role was.
How about Andy Garcia in that one? Is Stone, huh?
That's right.
One of the most clutch. He was like the Robert Horry in mob movies. He just every big shot he had, he drained it. And I love Matt Brown, the caller, because he gave away a little too information about his family. Right. And I bet they're Italian. I bet he threw the whole Westies thing in there just to get us off the set.
He's like, oops.
That's right.
That's
Andy Garcia looks like a Star Trek character, but not like a lead character. More like a character like that works in like the engine room or something.
Have you been diagnosed with Asperger's?
Yeah, I mean, well, no, I'm about 70% autistic anyway. That's why I'm wearing a Rain Man shirt.
Yes, you are.
That rate is climbing.
Yeah.
Maybe like 80.
Well, our fans
80%
don't.
autistic.
The Schmoeville does not know what to make of you.
Sexy.
You seem to be going over well with them. They like you, but they think you're out of your mind. All right, so let's get a couple more emails from you guys, tweets at Schmoesno, at Megan Finley, at Cospan. What mob movies do you want us to talk about? Organized crime. We can talk about Scarface. We can talk about Hitman. Let's take one more call from Schmoeville and see what movies they want us to talk about. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hello there.
Hey.
This is Patrick.
Hey, Patrick. What's up, man? What do you got?
I just want to start off by saying, Tom, I may disagree with you, but I do respect your opinion.
Nice. See? Look at that. See, that's the kind of class we have in Schmoeville.
Well, the thing is, I mean, bottom line is, I just don't like to go with the masses.
Well, wait a minute now. Now you say that, so that means that you don't have a real opinion.
No, I do.
No, you don't.
Because I'm bipolar anyway. So.
This is the greatest comment. Hold on 1 second on the phone. This is my favorite tweet so far. At Corpstein Osberg. I don't know whether to love this guy or fucking hate him.
Gotta love me or hate me.
Yeah. Either way, you can meet him in person when he's heckling Dame Judi Dench at Bloomingdale's next
week. Amazing. Okay, what do you got, dude?
I have a TV Hitman for you if you're willing to.
TV. All right, we'll go TV for a second.
You know what? That's interesting.
Yeah, let's go TV.
I'm a guru on that.
Now, if you haven't seen the show, I'll be heartbroken.
What you got?
Uh-oh.
Airwolf.
The answer to your question is Mark has not seen it.
Please be Family Guy. Please be talking about Family Guy.
I might have seen it. What do you have?
All in the Family.
Anybody there?
Did you hang up on him because he
I didn't hang up on him. He's gone?
He's
gone.
Really
what happened? Tweet it in, dude. Tweet it in.
Really
that sucks. I really want to know what TV
Somebody in
show
that room didn't want him yapping about what TV show.
Someone
he got whacked. He got whacked.
All right. So at Leo Razul, great name by the way. Sounds like a villain.
Fantastic.
At Unjockey says, talk about In Bruges. Great movie.
Yeah, with Colin Farrell. That's where we learned.
Fantastic.
All right, so you're a fan of that one.
I love that movie.
All right, now
I like Colin Farrell.
He
had my girlfriend.
What? He banged your girlfriend?
He hit on her.
Wait a minute.
She shut him down. She's like, my boyfriend's got a better body than you do.
When was this?
About 6 months ago at the Roosevelt Hotel.
Is that true?
Absolutely.
Well, wait a minute. So he comes up to her. Where were you at this point?
I was probably somewhere else.
Well, obviously.
Probably somewhere else.
So you're not telling the truth.
No, I'm definitely telling the truth.
I don't know about you.
No,
anymore.
I'm serious.
I can't.
She was sitting in the bikini. She's kind of cute. Whatever.
You don't have a girlfriend.
All right, we're gonna come back here in a second. We're here with Mark Ellis, Kenny Knapsack, Joe the Intern, Megan Finley, Crazy Bobby Finstock, a.k.a. Tom Dagnino, and me, Christian Harloff. We'll be back right after the break.
Andy Rooney eyebrows.
Comments here about Bobby Finstock. Very cool. All right.
So good.
Very cool. All right, Marcus Aurelius.
Ladies and gentlemen, Dwayne Allman on the slide guitar.
You remember the scene, right?
At the end of Layla. Yeah, it's when they find all the bodies frozen. Yeah,
the shit goes awry.
It's weird because the guy that wrote the music for the end of this song actually ended up going crazy and killing a few people.
I got a theory.
Wait, I know you have tons of theories, and I want to get
this is a really good one.
Only one. You can give me your theory only if you promise one thing.
Okay.
When there is a time, will you tell your John Travolta story?
Look, man, that's a really sensitive subject.
Would you tell that story?
I'll tell a story if you guys want to hear it. But
it's a fantastic story.
It's a pretty great story.
All right, but wait a minute.
Is it better than Alan Rickman's story?
Yeah.
Well, considering his name's Rickman.
Yeah, I wish you called Rickman, but yeah,
they both involve Queens apparently.
Mark, I got a Sally Field story too.
Yeah. You stop it for a second. All right.
Here's what you do, Schmoeville. You're watching our show on the Toad Hop Network. You're enjoying the hell out of it as usual. Just go scroll down there a little bit. You're going to see an Amazon link. You can click on the Amazon link. It will take you to Amazon.com, where you can buy literally anything under the sun, any sort of blunt instrument you want to use to kill Tommy right now. You can purchase that on Amazon.com.
Or join his army.
Or you can join his army if you like him, if you hate him. Speaking of,
it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, but you know it's not a mixed bag, Christian?
The
universal response to my CD, Get to the Castle, ladies and gentlemen. My debut stand-up album
came
out a couple weeks ago.
Saying that.
It came out a couple weeks ago, and it's on iTunes, it's on Amazon. You can type in Mark Ellis, search for it. And I made a bet with Christian, and I have to pay up on that because Schmoeville, the response was overwhelming.
Yeah.
So now it sold enough copies. So now I owe Christian Harloff a steak dinner.
Awesome.
So
wow, look at that. I didn't know that. Good
steak
move.
dinner, buddy. Yeah, got the
Everybody
news.
owes Christian a steak dinner, according to him.
Well, he just told you it wasn't according to me. It was according to him.
Yeah, but this guy would be like, "Hey, I'll bet you're in my house in 5 minutes. Well, steak dinner." I get there in like 5 minutes and 1 second. He's like, "You owe me a steak dinner."
This is one of 17 steak dinners.
Tonight is the first time I've ever met you.
Yeah.
All right, so at B Gracie 315 writes in, Bobby Finstock is my cousin, and I guarantee you 99% out of his mouth is absolute nonsense. I speak from 30 years of experience.
Well, I'm the best. I'm the best RBI baseball player. That Joker knows that.
I am having an absolute ball with all of the tweets from Schmoeville about this guy.
They're on it.
It's about 50-50 right now. I want you guys in Schmoeville to tweet in at Schmozno, at Cospan, at Megan Finley. What is your opinion on Bobby Finstock?
You know what? Throw at Maria_Bello on there too.
Exactly. Just fucking talk to her about this shit.
We got the push.
Hey, poor Bill.
I want to be.
What do you want to be? You want to be
my new moniker?
What? Yeah.
Sort of like a big deal, Neil. I want you to call me now.
Sort of like a big deal, Neil.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've earned it yet.
Or the human equivalent to cocaine.
Well, I still don't know if you've earned it.
You know how
yet.
he could earn it is just taking the lid off this Travolta story.
Yeah. You want to hear this thing?
Marinate. I've never heard. I have no idea what you're talking
It's pretty insane because now can I actually set this up because I don't want you to
set the tone, but don't say any names or where I'm from.
Well, all right. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Yeah. No. Nobody wants to get me in trouble.
Now, the only reason.
Yeah, but getting sued is actually like kind of cool.
All right. Fine. But
that means you're making money somewhere.
Now, look, for the most point of this podcast, I've called him out for being bullshit, correct?
Yeah.
This one I believe.
Okay.
And the reason I believe this is because he told me this story about 2 months before all this massage stuff went down.
Uh-huh.
And when he told me some of the stuff that was in this story, and then I read some of this stuff in the report, I went, Bobby Finstock's actually telling the truth.
There was a report that came out. There's a lawsuit that somebody filed, a masseuse filed against John Travolta for sexually harassing him. John Travolta said some weird stuff to him, and he wasn't a big fan of it, so there you go. But before all that came out in the public, you heard this story. Let's weave the tale.
All right, go ahead. Then I have to read some of the funniest tweets that Schmoeville has ever written in.
This is pretty interesting stuff.
But I mean, let's. We only have a half an hour. So
okay, I get
condense it into 3 minutes.
Don't give him half an hour.
3 minutes.
Give me half an hour. I'll take a country mile.
Just don't give me a country mile. Give me 3 minutes and let me know, and then I'm going to tell you what Schmoeville's saying about you.
All right, we're going to handle this internally. What does that mean, though?
I don't know.
I don't know. Tell the
story. Here we go.
Just tell it.
I'm sitting there minding my own. I'm sitting somewhere minding my own business, right? Obviously, I dress in
Doesn't matter how you dress.
Nobody cares what you wear.
It doesn't matter.
I'm
like
dressing.
No.
Why does it matter how you dress? It does. All right, fine. All right, go ahead.
So I'm wearing a tight shirt. Okay. Sexy, obviously. So basically,
wait, Miss Movies. Bobby is entertaining, foolish, and would be the first to die in the Hunger Games. Oh, great stuff. Okay, go ahead.
All right.
So basically, I see this guy comes meandering in. He's a fat mess. He's in bad shape. He's not anywhere near staying alive physique. So he comes in. He sees
Travolta.
me. Yeah, he comes in there, and I'm like, you know what? Let me fucking play a game with this fucking guy a little bit. So he comes in. He's like, hey, this guy's sitting like. Seriously, like
we know how he's sitting. All right, so
no, he's standing and I'm sitting,
okay.
But I'm like lamping, showing muscles and stuff like that, trying to do whatever, obviously. Then this guy comes in, he's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like, "Hey, man, what's up?" This guy's giving me like the sexy eye.
The how do you do?
Like the
how do you do?
The like the how do you do? Like
it's time.
In a.
All right, we got you.
Yeah. So and I'm like, hey, this and that, I'm good. He's like, hey, man, you work out? And I'm like, yeah, a little bit. And he's like, I could tell. He's like, where? I'm like, with a bunch of Russian gymnasts over there, the Olympic guys or whatever. He's like, really? He's like, not in the gym? I'm like, nah. I go, all everybody does in the gym is watch other people work out and eat like fucking candy bars. And he's like, oh shit. And I'm like, yeah, it is what it is. So I have this Stallone mug from the 70s. He's like, how come I ain't on there? I'm like, I didn't even know they had memorabilia of you back then. He's like, I got action figures, I got this, I got that. I'm like, cool. So he's like, hey man, a lot of girls hit on you. You're an attractive guy. And I'm like, yeah, a little bit here and there.
Where were you guys?
Somewhere. We can't say.
Somewhere.
We can't
say.
It's a weird thing to say.
No. We can't say.
Okay.
We don't want to get him in trouble.
A Korean bathhouse.
But we're gonna talk about Megan Finley after this. She's
so
giving
basically,
you death eyes, and I love
into me?
Your death eyes are.
So basically, this guy goes. He goes, what about guys? Did they hit on you? And I'm like, here we go.
Yeah.
Dylan
Now,
Nash.
you kind of knew that you heard the rumor, so you're
And I
kind of...
was feeding into it a little bit. Why not? It's John Travolta. I love Grease. I'm a Grease fan.
By the way, Dylan Nash is right. Your 3 minutes are almost up.
Okay.
Right.
So next thing you know...
I didn't know it.
He comes in there, and he's like, so, like guys, you date guys or whatever. I'm like, no, dude, what the fuck are you talking about? So these guys, the other guys come out, and he goes in the back and meets with a meeting with these guys I know, right? Comes back out. He's like, and I'm giving him parking validations, because I was like a parking attendant. That's what I really do. So
I've never heard of a parking attendant just leaning back.
Yeah, they do that nowadays.
Yeah.
Listen,
it's all
I'm
automated
paraphrasing your
stuff,
story because I got a lot of money on the line. So basically, what it comes down to, he's like, give him the stuff. He's like, hey, what? No number on there? And I'm like, what do you mean no number? He's like, give me a number or whatever. I'm like, what? I'm like, hey man. Then he starts like winking at me and shit like that. And you know what? I was like, dude, man, I didn't know what to say. I was at a loss for words.
All right, let's stop it there. So we know where we're going from here. This is all we're going to do.
You maybe paraphrase it. I had the story.
You had the whole story, but there's a lot of stuff there. Now all I want Schmoeville to do is to write in simply on the tweet, truth or lie. That's all I want. That's all. Tweet us at Schmoes truth or lie. So my favorite so far is as at Luke Schubert 32. This story has no climax at all.
Oh, it does, but no, the climax. It should have had a climax. I should have took him up on his offer.
All right, take it easy. All right,
Megan Finley. What do you think about that story?
Yeah, Megan, you were rolling. I want your roll. Your eyes were rolling.
They cut it short, Schmoeville.
Schmoeville. Hold on. Your eyes were rolling. There were a lot of thoughts going on in your head.
No thoughts.
You don't seem like someone who holds back. What were you thinking? Stop that.
What are you saying?
Stop that. What were you thinking?
I have no words.
Do you work at the same restaurant?
For the first time in my life, I'm speechless.
So if you were tweeting on the other end and I said, hey, Megan Finley, what do you think of A, that story, and A, Bobby Finstock? What would your tweet response be?
I'm going to reserve that because he's sitting next to me.
Why? What did you
And I'm a little nervous.
Were you his assistant or something like that?
This close to me.
I kind of believe it just because of all the strange details that we were given.
We're a mixed bag here.
The fact that you were drinking a Stallone mug,
that's true story.
That's got to be real.
Do you have your Stallone mug with you?
No, I don't have my Stallone mug with me right now. I had it, but I brought it out of my house the one time. I almost lost it, and I would have killed myself.
I'm just confused.
We are overwhelmingly in Schmoeville here on the truth side. I'm shocked.
I buy
totally
this one.
100%.
I need
true.
that story to be true. That made me hate that I love you. And Tom Cruise and Collateral and Benicio del Toro and Savages. Truth only because it was Travolta. There's a lot of truth.
God's honest truth.
Wow. Lie, truth.
If you could see me without a shirt off, it's 100% the truth. Trust me.
Why were you had your shirt off at your parking lot attendant job?
No, I had a tight shirt on.
Oh, tight shirt on.
I've never heard about that at a fancy restaurant. Hey, where's the valet? I don't know. Look for a guy with a tight shirt
on,
and a Rocky
flexing
mug.
his muscles.
Let's take a call from Schmoeville. Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Yeah, man, this is Anthony.
Hey, Anthony, what's up, man?
Tony.
I don't know if you guys are still doing the stuff over of mob movies, but I want to know if you guys
doing anything right now.
Yeah, it's been absolutely
derailed.
It's been very derailed. So sorry, man, but please put us back on track. What do you got?
Yeah, guys, I just want to know if you guys could talk a little bit about Road to Perdition. It's one of my favorite mob movies. I know you guys are a little bit off track talking about John Travolta and everything, but I want to know maybe you guys could talk a little bit about mob movies real quick.
Yes, we can. Thank you so much.
Oh, what a good idea. We should do a podcast about that.
It's not a bad flick. It's not a bad flick.
Road to Perdition, I remember seeing it and being intrigued because I wanted to see Tom Hanks play like a bad guy,
and
if you will.
Paul Newman.
And Paul Newman,
yeah.
Right? But you have him as this bad guy, like it's Hitman, and it's like, and it was it Frank Darabont? Who directed?
I think it was
Joe the Intern. Joe the Intern will find it a lot.
Michael Clark Duncan wasn't in that, was he?
No,
that was the Green Mile. Pretty slow movie though. The Road to Perdition. You know, like you talk about a movie like The Departed, it feels like a pretty fast pace to it. The Road to Perdition, it's a little bit slower. It's more like Killing Them Softly was.
I've tried to watch that movie 3 times and it failed all
Road to
3
Perdition.
times.
It's a long Road to Perdition.
Wasn't it Jude Law in there as well? Who was Daniel Craig.
Daniel Craig played Paul Newman's son.
Right. Wow.
Oh God, really?
Mr. Bond himself.
Wow.
Come here, Joe. Sam Mendes directed it. Right, absolutely. Okay, well, listen, speaking of Joe and speaking of mob movies, let's talk about Joe's column, because Joe wrote a really good column on the Schmoes Know website. If you go to schmoesno.com, and in the main box, you go to like the second one, you guys want to read along, we're going to talk about, Joe put in some of the great mob hits his last, like, I guess from the last 30, 40 years, because we didn't really go back into like the James Cagney area. We haven't really talked a lot about Cagney and
see,
yeah,
the boss is getting upset at you.
All right, let's talk about the first one. Only in talking. Why don't we? So all right, so who do you got? Who do you have? The first one you listed there, you put the Godfather, Sony, and Luca, and why? Why did you do that?
First, I picked Luca Brasi getting killed, just because it was so sudden and just out of nowhere, and he's such a big dude, getting taken out that quick. Also, and then I tied that with Sonny getting taken out on the Long Beach Causeway, because how many bullets do you need to kill one dude?
Well, a lot for that guy.
And then also my favorite part is that once he's done, the last guy comes over, shoots him like 10 more times, and then kicks him in the face.
Right.
And the kick in the face makes me laugh every single time I watch that movie.
It's brutal.
So unnecessary and hilarious.
Well, it's a very brutal one. All right, so do you remember that scene?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, so out of those two, the Sonny and Luca.
You call him Sonny? He's not Japanese. He's Italian.
This guy's he's getting on me about Joe Pesci. He's talking guys Sony instead of Sonny.
I'm getting on you on everything. Bobby is the octopus from Toy Story 3. All right, that's one of the tweets.
Nice, I'll take that.
All right, so let's talk about Sonny, not Sony, and Luca. To me, I agree with Joe the intern, and I say that Sonny is the more brutal of the two. It's just so.
Well, it's more brutal, yeah.
The more memorable too, because he was because Sonny was tough because he could punch you from 75 feet away and still hit you.
The Luca surprised me though.
Well, yeah,
it was pretty shocking.
Right,
pretty shocking to see it happen because you it's like leading you here, and you're like, wait, this isn't going to happen.
Right,
and then it does. So that was a little.
Megan, do you agree?
Curveball.
What's happening?
You've never seen The Godfather 1 or 2?
Wait, I want everybody to look at how Megan's sitting. That's exactly how Tommy was sitting when Travolta hit on him, just like that.
Yeah, it was a little much.
Yeah. She looks like she's in a torture scene right now. All right, let's.
Cool, I have alcohol.
I've been touching her under the table.
You stop it.
That's why I'm so quiet.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville, joining one of the more bizarre Schmo Knows podcasts in the history. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Lucas.
Hey, Lucas. What's up, man?
Luca Brasi.
Stop it.
I don't know who you guys have on right now, but he is like a walking mound of ADD.
That's your new name.
Thank you.
Walking mound of ADD.
Thank you.
Yeah, but the problem is he's like a car crash. You can't stop watching or listening to him.
Absolutely.
All right. So
anyway, my favorite movie of all time is Scarface, so I wanted to know what you guys thought about that one.
Scarface.
I am not a big Scarface fan. I am not a big Scarface
Thank you.
fan.
Boo.
Here we go.
Why?
Hey, Scarface, say hello to my little friend.
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh, she's seen that one. Okay,
that
good.
one.
You got one. I just don't. I don't enjoy watching the movie. I appreciate the story and the performance by Pacino. I don't enjoy watching. What really pissed me off is that every time I was in college, they had these big poster sales, and every goddamn
that
poster.
fucking poster.
I was so sick of going into dorm rooms and hey, look, that's my
Everybody
Scarface
has a Scarface
poster.
poster.
We
Thank
get
you.
it. You
Yeah.
like the movie.
So you
have a penis. Good job.
So you don't like the movie because of the social implications it had towards the end, or what?
No.
I don't like
Purely
watching
for
the movie.
poster
I just don't
reasons.
enjoy it's not a good ride for me. I just feel
Okay.
I don't enjoy the movie.
I think the bottom line is that the movie with Scarface, it's every like little thug gangster's dream to be that guy, and
That's
I'd say
fine.
about 95% of the people in jail right now are probably
watching it right now.
Yeah, watching it, or
that's
it's not
not
that favorite
Or was
movie.
influenced by it.
Or it's their favorite movie.
But we're not talking about how
you want
other
to sniff
people.
a key of coke, you want to bang this, you want to do that. It is what it is.
You're getting very upset right now.
Well, it could be because I'm angry about the movie.
But you need to relax.
Yeah, and I don't want to blame movies for being overhyped because it's not the movie's fault. But that movie it's the hold my hand by Hootie and the Blowfish
Absolutely.
of movies.
Absolutely.
You just can't get away from it.
It's super cliche. It's a cliche movie now.
Yeah.
I'm shocked that you don't like that movie.
I'm not saying I don't
He
like
doesn't
it.
like what's popular, remember?
I don't like the cliche about it.
The cliche or cliche?
Whatever. Sunny, shunny,
Baba,
pishy, pishy.
baba.
Whatever.
All right.
We're all talking.
Well, I love that movie, and to go off of Joe's,
great movie.
Well, I don't understand what you're talking about.
What do you feel about it?
I love the movie. I love the movie. I think that I can go through the ride. I think it's one, and I think this is one of the scenes that he's talking about in this movie. That chainsaw scene. I mean, it's brutal.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal.
I just like the rise of the fact that, like, yes, was Al Pacino completely over the top? Absolutely.
No way. Over the top.
I loved it.
That was
over
one of
the
his
top.
best acting performances since Dog Day Afternoon.
He was over the top, but I loved it. But anyway, it's a little long. It's Brian De Palma's one of his best films. There's something about it. It's so intense, and I was scared out of my mind as a kid watching this guy.
Yeah,
because I felt like human beings can act like this?
Maybe it's a Flash Gordon thing. I didn't see it until I went to college, so maybe you had to see it.
Maybe, I don't know.
When it just blows you away because you've never seen something like that.
Let's discuss, Joe.
They sold me on when Mary Elizabeth asked Master Antonio put the...
what was her name?
Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
She put the gun in her panties.
Yeah.
And we got Top Bush.
Okay. All right, now we got Joe the intern. So what was your scene?
What, in Scarface?
Yeah, the one
Chainsaw.
Okay, it was
yeah,
Chainsaw.
that's the one. I mean, that's really, if you think of Scarface, other than Say Hello to My Little Friend, that's kind of the scene you think of.
Right.
It's the dude getting chopped up with a chainsaw.
And that was the thing. And he has his buddies come in and they rescue him. And it was just, I don't know, it was just such an intense movie.
The intensity's there, everything's there, but I'm just saying, if I am watching a young Michelle Pfeiffer, I'm picking Grease 2.
All right, let's...
No way.
Oh, can we
two.
talk about Grease 2 for the rest of this podcast?
Kenny, are you a Scarface fan?
Probably will.
Kenny, no, Kenny's not a Scarface fan.
Probably will.
You like Rainbows and Sunshine. That's too dark for you. Okay.
I like things where guys don't really know and they fall in love slowly over the course of time and their hearts melt.
Okay.
Oh, it's so you.
So any Paul Rudd movie.
I miss you, Kenny.
So fucking Ken.
All right,
Kenny called me crying after he saw Must Love Dogs.
So not surprised.
Because he didn't get the role.
Love Actually is my favorite Alan Rickman movie.
All right. So let's talk to Schmoeville here. Hey, Schmoeville, who do we got? What do you got? What are we talking about?
Hello, this is Patrick again.
Hey, Patrick, what's
I
up?
have the TV show.
Oh, the TV show. What was it? What was it?
It was Breaking Bad and Mike on it.
Well, you're gonna hate us. We haven't watched it. I know.
Yeah, I haven't watched it.
Patrick,
yet.
listen, we do TV Tuesday. If you just listen to the podcast and you don't know that we do the YouTube channel also, if you go to youtube.com/schmoesno, every Tuesday, Mark and I have been reviewing every episode of The Walking Dead, and we've been
for season 3.
For season 3, and every time on a comment we get, when are you guys going to review Breaking Bad? And to let you guys know, very soon. Probably, we don't know yet, and I don't want to make a promise, but it looks like we're going to review that series maybe after the break in Walking Dead. We don't know yet.
Well, and on that note, there's so much good TV that I just don't get a chance to watch because I'm so consumed with movies and working on this show and stand-up and watching live sporting events. You just don't have a lot of time. The other thing that I need to watch, because our co-host, when it's not Megan Finley, is Katie Sackhoff. She keeps promising me she's going to bring in the Battlestar Galactica DVDs. I still haven't seen any of that. However, we did a review over Thanksgiving of the Battlestar Galactica
the prequel.
Blood and Chrome.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a prequel when I was watching it. It was just a really cool action series on the web. So check that out.
It's really good. You guys should check it out. All right, what's wrong with you?
The only reason why I'm not watching Breaking Bad is like Bryan Cranston is like
Malcolm in the middle.
His skin is like sort of looking like translucent. He's obviously a victim of malnutrition.
But don't you
no,
think
he's
that
shedding his skin. It's a process. And
no, I heard there's no makeup on set.
What? Don't make the face. Get at it. You do you watch the show?
I just stopped making the face. This is me not making the face.
No, that's definitely you making the face.
Also, I got another thing. You know, like people who are sort of like they have midget characteristics, but they're not a midget.
Yeah,
little person.
No,
little person.
Yeah. James Caan. I see him in person the other day. He's got alligator arms. It's fucking weird.
James Caan does? Wait,
yeah,
you saw him in person? Where did you see him?
And he's got some like weird kind of back. I think he's got scoliosis.
And his sexy shirted job.
And he's got scoliosis.
Where did you see him? Century City?
No, I seen him in the Nike store in Beverly Hills.
That's fine. All right, let's get a
You
couple.
shop a lot.
All right, let's get a couple. Let's get.
Bloomingdale's.
Let's go to Nike to get those tight dry fit shirts.
Yes, tight shirts for work.
Yeah, they sell Stallone mugs at the Nike outlet.
No, you got to get them. If you want me to tell my Stallone mug story, I'll do it.
No, I don't
No.
want Stallone.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Market in Van Nuys.
Hey, you're in Schmoeville. Who do we got?
Hey, it's Wood again.
Hey, man. No, when you guys call in, no reason to say again. We would love to hear from you guys. What do you got?
I was just calling to see if you guys considered Gangs of New York a mob movie.
No.
I like to consider that it is, but I want y'all's opinion on it.
Thank you very much.
I'll go back to what Looper was, mob-ish.
Yeah,
it's a gang
mob.
movie.
But if you think about it,
it's like a gang. It's like a mob.
Yeah, but then if you leave that as then Boys in the Hood could be one.
No.
Menace to Society could be one.
Yeah.
No.
It's about
No, because the difference was Boys in the Hood took place in 1986.
It doesn't.
Whatever.
No, 1992.
Whatever it was.
It doesn't make a
The
difference.
first part of it's 86.
Yeah, but you're telling me the Crips ain't the mob? Or
The beginning of New York took place in organized crime. So they had all these different factions.
The guy
It was
was a
mob.
butcher. Yes, you think it was mob.
I do.
Really?
Yes,
No.
because they were organized.
say no.
It
No
was
way.
different organized.
See?
Yeah, right.
No way.
Gangs
You
in
were
New
back to
York.
being in love
You
again.
guys are friends again. Organized crime was a bunch of these different factions. That's what it was. That's what
Organized
the mob
crime
was.
is Hollywood itself.
You're organized
What is
crime.
that, a bumper sticker?
Yeah. Ken has no idea
How
what to
about
make.
how about this one that just popped into my head? American Gangster. That's a with Denzel Washington, Russell
Yeah,
Crowe?
but that falls into like the category of gangs in New York as well.
Gang movie.
Kind of.
It's mob-ish, but it's
Ish.
Yeah. All right. Well,
It's a 2-hour podcast. How long can we go after the Godfather?
I want to know. I
Yeah,
want
but
to
we
know.
haven't
There's
even
more.
talked about movies
Well,
like
somebody's-
Mean Street, and we have.
Yeah,
But
somebody
niece
got
is
upset that we
gangs.
haven't talked about a Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale, great
there
one.
you go.
It was,
Great one.
That
Who-
was
who-
Josh the Intern.
Josh the Intern, perfect.
Hi,
That's
Josh.
100%
See?
mob.
Josh the Intern.
Wait a minute.
Sorry, I mean,
how come you didn't
who's
bring that
Josh?
up? How come you were too busy trying to promote your column?
You're on your website.
But you see, Josh the Intern came
Let's
back.
chat
All right,
more
fine, all right,
massages.
you're back on my side.
There we
All right,
go.
Back on my side. All right.
See, the
all
guy
right.
gives a damn good
All right,
massage.
fine.
Yeah,
Who's
yeah,
Josh
yeah,
the Intern? All right, fine, all right. All right.
Okay, so Bronx Tale.
Bronx Tale, I love because there's so many times that we can quote that movie, and what I liked about it was it was a play, and because originally Robert De Niro, and I'm surprised you didn't bring this up. Robert De Niro was offered the role of Sonny in that, but turned it down and wanted to play the dad.
Yeah.
And then Chaz Palminteri played. Have you ever seen Bronx Tale?
Yeah, and one of my favorite scenes in that is the first time that De Niro really has the show. He's kind of him and Palminteri. They kind of look at each other and they offer him that deal, and he's like, I just want out. Like, I just don't. And you're like, I know this is going to go
Because he knows
south
the repercussions.
eventually.
Right.
But
He's
it's
smart.
so good.
There was 2 lines in there that I still to this day quote. And then
Do or do not. There is no try.
No. First one is nobody cares. Sonny tells us nobody cares. Nobody cares. And the other one is when he shuts the door on the bikers. He goes, "Now you just can't leave."
Yeah.
Those are the 2. I mean, because that was such a different type of mob movie because you had all of the essential Italian gangsters, but yet this backdrop of this kid who could get in it with his family and could get into the actual family element of it, but it didn't
Absolutely.
happen. You know what I mean? Are you a fan of Bronx Tale?
Oh, absolutely. I'm from the Bronx. I'm from that area too.
Yeah, but there's a lot of movies in the Bronx that you wouldn't want to be associated with.
Not many of them.
Okay, fine.
1990 Bronx Warriors.
There you go. City of God. Anybody ever seen that?
Oh my God, that's another.
mob movie.
That's you know what I would classify that as a mob movie. 100%.
Really?
Yes, absolutely.
Get some tweets about it.
movie.
Want
All right.
to give it a shout?
The hot banana stuff.
Yeah, all right. So, all right, Scott, we've got about 4 minutes left. So, here's a couple things that I want to tell you guys. Mark, can you do this real quick?
Huh?
Can you do that real quick? So
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Ooh, this is exciting.
Here's a couple things, though, too. Before we get going here, on the website, Ken will have his power rankings up on the website tomorrow.
NFL
correct?
power rankings?
No, he does a power rankings every week where it's a really good column. Again, schmoesknow.com. Check that out. Next week, what the hell do we have on next week? We have the Lord of the Rings podcast, isn't it? Yeah. Lord of the Rings podcast next week. We're gonna. You haven't seen any Lord of the Rings? No, you won't be on that show.
I am on this podcast.
Yeah. Well, listen. You can yell at Kenny about that because what he said. So we'll talk about that afterwards. But
we'll yell at
again,
him later.
make sure you check out Mark's CD. Now, here's the Mark. Did you do this?
No, because I still have to write the description.
That's why I was giving it to you.
I want to be on the podcast until we.
All right. Well, here's
Christian just tried to make me be the secretary for the last
You need to
5
write
minutes.
No,
of
I
the
didn't.
podcast.
All right. Here's what we're gonna do then. We'll
I'm
make,
so done.
Make it live 5
make it
minutes.
public now.
Okay.
And then we'll write the description afterwards. Here's
Okay.
what I want you guys to do. Go to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/schmoesknow. We're making our review of The Impossible, starring Ian McGregor and Naomi Watts, public right now. I want you guys to be the first to comment on it. Please say that you were listening to the podcast. That's why. And go ahead, Mark.
And while you do that, check that out. Then also you can check out a little Schmo Plus vid that Christian and I did because Christian had seen The Impossible.
Yeah.
I hadn't seen it yet, and so he's telling me that I'm going to get emotional. I'm going to be weeping during this whole movie. I had no idea what it's about, so I watched the movie late at my place, and then I did an immediate video response right afterwards so you can see if I have
Schmo Plus.
tears in my eyes, I'm getting emotional talking about The Impossible. That's on our other channel, Schmo Plus.
All right, here's a couple things that I want you guys to do before we leave here. All right, before we leave here, the first thing is that you have to check out Megan Finley at Megan Finley. Megan, where else can they find you? What websites?
Oh, I am the managing editor of offbeatbride.com and offbeathome.com.
Okay.
And if you have stupid babies like Christian,
Stop that.
you
No,
can go to
Christian is
Offbeat
stupid. His baby's
Families.
fine.
Yeah, his baby's
Offbeatfamilies.com. I'm sure his baby's awesome.
She's pretty cool. All right,
Pretty
and then
cute.
at Kenny Knapsack, you can follow him at Cospan. Then I got you. And then so the craziest person that we've ever had on this show, Tom Dagnino, a.k.a. Bobby Finstock. Bobby, tell them about what you're working on right now.
We just finished a pilot for FX.
You got to do it fast. We're almost
They
done.
didn't pick it up. It's IMDb. You can check out IMDb. Well, whatever it is. What is it called?
IMDb.com.
IMDb.com. Upgrade the show. It's about two 28-year-old guys with an extreme makeover in a really shitty neighborhood. It's a crackhead soap opera. I think you guys will
check it out.
It's got my logic. It's got
a lot of the nonsense.
Roundabout circuit. It's a dirty Seinfeld.
Yeah. Right.
Also go on the pilot drops 12/12/12. You can watch it on IMDb. You can watch it on Vimeo. You can see it on schmoesno.com.
That's right.
It'll be there. Check it out. I think you guys will dig it if you dig me tonight.
Just
if
check
you dig
him out.
nonsense. If you dig nonsense,
he is
you'll dig it.
very nonsense. Jeff the engineer, just give us 2 extra minutes here. 2 extra minutes.
IMDb.
And then we have Joe. We have Joe. We follow. Where we can follow you, Joe? At Joe Rue 23. What is it? Oh yeah, and Joe's talking. Joe. All right. So here's the thing that Joe wants to do. Here's what we got to do. So we're gonna do a little bit of a campaign here. So Schmoeville, Josh or Joe, tweet it in. Josh or Joe. We want to know your opinion. Josh or Joe. Also, we also want you to tweet in Bobby Finstock, crazy, fun, crazy, never have him on again. And then also Maria Bello, tweet her in and get her sexy ass on the podcast.
Bush. Right now, Josh the intern is taking a massage class at the Learning Annex.
Mary Elizabeth Master Antonio, I'm looking for you.
Yeah, tweet your asses off because it's so much fun talking to you guys. We love talking to you. Make sure you also please tweet out Facebook the show because we want more people to tune in. And thank you for tuning in. We'll take one more call for Schmoeville before we get the hell out of here. And then Jeff, I know Jeff wants to kill me, but one last call because I like talking to Schmoeville. Hey, who do we got?
Hey guys, it's Sean again.
Hey Sean, what's up?
I was actually
man.
I was actually just wondering if you heard about the movie Hands of Stone that's coming out. You mentioned Robert De Niro breaking Joe Pesci's rib on the set of Raging Bull.
Yeah.
I just found it really interesting because he's been cast as Ray Arcel, Roberto Duran's trainer.
Wow.
And Gail Garcia Bernal, who has been cast as Zorro, has been cast as Roberto Duran.
Really?
It's it's perfect casting. Only one that's a little iffy is Usher, is Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you. Well, great. Thanks for that. I mean, that's a whole other podcast. Thanks for that tweet. All right, Schmoeville, you guys are awesome. Make sure, again, please go on to our channel right now, youtube.com/schmoesno. Check out our review of The Impossible. Let us know that you know that it's up because of this show. And then we'll see you next week. Lord of the Rings podcast. Going to try to have Jeremy Johns call in. Maybe Katie Sackhoff will be back. We'll figure it out.
I'll get Travolta. Vote Bobby Finstock, upgrade.com, baby.